Okay, lovely people. We are back in the full of what is it? Back in the flash.
Finally, we're back.
Effect. I know a lot of you have been wondering where we've been at. I've been getting DMs. My sister's been getting DMs like, where y'all been at? What y'all doing? You know, life is hard, okay? We're all going through the trials and tribulations and the struggles together, but we're going to get it there, okay? We're going to get it right. For those of you who don't know, my name is Tiara. My sister, my co-host, my best friend, Tracia. But we're T and Trey all day, so that's what's going on there. And we have missed a lot of important events. We know, don't jump on us. We have missed a lot of important events. But hey, when life takes over. You just gotta kind of deal with what's on your plate before you get to other motherfuckers' front porch. And I don't know how the plate and the front porch work out together, but we just gonna roll with it. All right, so tonight, it's a lot of shit is what I wanted to say. That's why I sound like stuff. It's a lot of shit that's on my heart and mind that I just feel like I have to get out. And I told myself I could not let this day pass without recording something. Like, we have to. It's too much good content that's just being wasted. And I need to express. So, for starters, Trey, you had asked me earlier today, how did I feel about, or you asked me like 2 days ago. Yeah. But you asked me about how did I feel about the whole Kim situation with Kim working with Trump to get someone released from prison.
Her name is Alice Johnson.
Alice Johnson, thank you. Because I would hate to have her go down as someone for you guys. But Alice Johnson is the person that we're speaking to. Kim got her out of prison. And Tracy asked me, how did I feel about this? And I was really shocked because, Tracy, you don't normally ask me shit like that through messages. You ask me shit like that in person, but never in text. So when I seen it, I was kind of thrown off guard because, one, I didn't even know that this was happening until you wrote me. So I was like, yeah, I didn't know for once. Like, you really was bringing some shit to me that I didn't know. So, one, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then, two, when I read it, I was just like, Kim, baby, what are you doing? Like, I mean, I get it. I get it. I get the struggle of being the white woman married to the black man. So you kind of try to do things that probably make you feel more connected and more a part of this community. Because you know how white women is. They bend over backwards. Like, I got to be a part of your world. Though. She's fucking white. Okay? At the end of the day, Armenian is white. She's other. She's white. She's a fucking... No, let me not offend nobody because nobody knows me like that personally. So I was going to say something very tasteless. I'm not going to do that. But, moral of the story is, I get it, Kim, because guess what? Kim, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And this is my opinion because I've actually had time to digest it since you've asked me this. Mm-hmm. I honestly feel like Kim, as much as she's been so-called, quote-unquote, down with the black community, we've never heard her speak about black issues. Mm-hmm. Ever. I mean, ever. Like, shit been going on, and she been silent. And that's not to discredit if she actually has been doing shit behind closed doors, because we don't know. Sometimes celebrities do shit, and they don't broadcast it. So I don't want to just 100% come down on her. But at the same time,
a celebrity that literally broadcasts
she publicized everything. Yeah. So it's like, you've never, ever once spoke out about black rights, nothing. So why the fuck all of a sudden should I give a fuck about you trying to free a black woman? Like, I feel like what you're doing is it's like a diversion scheme. It's like you're trying to divert the negative energy away from Kanye up into, well, I'm doing this and he's a part of this. And, like, even when they announced the whole Donda Foundation shit, it's like, come the fuck on. I can't fucking do it. It's like overkill. It's like, if I see you right now, I just might... I ain't gonna say I might do anything because the motherfucker's rich and the motherfucker could have me gone and nobody would even know it. But what I'm saying is I don't respect shit that's done for clout or for appearance. Like, if you're gonna be about some shit, Do it because you really want to do it. Don't do it because this is gonna make you look good. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole impression I get from it. And the thing is, this is how I know she really didn't think about it, because it's like in the interview that I seen that she did with I want to say Ben Carson, but I feel like I'm wrong. But every time I look at this nigga, I feel like his name is Ben Carson, so I'm gonna say it. But y'all know the black man with the glasses, that he have the little interviews and shit they be doing with people. But anyways, he was asking her, you know, like, do you feel like you got played? Basically, he was asking her, like, do you feel like Trump used you? And if you could have seen the look on her face, she was looking like
she wasn't expecting him to ask that question.
She was not.
And she definitely didn't answer the question. Like, she didn't even know how to answer it. I don't even think she fully understood what he was asking her, for the simple fact she wasn't expecting him to ask anything like that.
Nothing.
So her answer was literally like air filling up in a fucking balloon.
For
not
real.
Helium, air.
For real. For real.
Air.
Shit flat as fuck. Not going nowhere. Not making no sense.
Up, right?
Not making no sense. Damn, I wish we had a buzzer for that. But no. For real, Kim, like, I just honestly feel like that, even when he asked her that probably wasn't on her list of questions.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, when they do them shits, they have the shits outlined. They have the talking points outlined.
You can tell that anytime there's an interview and Kim is involved, oh, best believe she knows what the fuck is finna be asked. Like, she got some type of topic list with
PR game on
where
1,000. PR game
but that
on
right
1,000.
There, you can tell that she was not expecting him.
She
to
was
ask
like, well, I think and her dumb ass threw her own husband. Her dumb ass threw her own husband under the bus.
Right.
Well, you know, I think Kanye is already giving him validation. Bitch, can you hear what you're saying? Can you hear what you're saying, my nigga?
Right.
Like, you're literally like, I think Kanye's already giving him validation.
Right.
What?
Basically, you're saying that
superseding all the fucking damage control that y'all done did to try to clean up what Kanye said. Now you're just throwing him right back in the motherfucking grave.
In the queue. But I feel like by her saying that, she was trying to deflect Trump using her. She basically was like, you know, well, there's no way that Trump can use me, for the simple fact him and Kanye are like,
Kanye's already giving him
and it's just like, bitch, are you dumb or are you stupid?
Y'all are one. At the end of the day, when y'all got married, guess what? Y'all motherfuckers became one. And in my eyes, if I'm dissing Kanye, I'm dissing you too, Kim.
But my thing
because she be riding hard as fuck for him, even when he's wrong.
I don't see how she can feel like she was not used as a pawn in that moment. This nigga literally had press everywhere, posting y'all pictures everywhere, just to let everybody see, oh, I had Kim in my office.
Kim a picture whore anyway.
Yeah, so
she
it's
probably
like,
would have took pictures if he didn't
see that. This man is hated by 99.9% of Black America. The 0.1 is Kanye. That's not on the other end of the spectrum. And it's just like, how can you not see that he's using you as a pawn? Like, well, Kim, he knows that you have a huge fan base. So, Kim and Kanye love me. Like, it's just like, how do you not see that shit? Like, you really think, like, Kim, you really think that you have political power at this point? Like, you really think
I feel like
that if it wasn't for Trump wanting this type of publicity from you and Kanye, that you would have been able to do this? And that is what really just blows me. It's just like, bitch, you really think that you have political pull, like
leverage that? Like, she thinks she has something. I honestly feel like Kim is overestimating her significance. Like, I really feel like people have hyped Kim up to be this motherfucking thing, and I don't even know what the fucking category, whatever the fuck, her shit ass. Because it's like, what the fuck do you even do but take pictures?
Yeah, like, what
you do nothing. I mean, literally, you do
have?
nothing but take pictures. So why the fuck? are you meeting
even
with the president? But then it's a catch-22. You lose and you lose because I can fucking say the same thing about his ass. Why the fuck is he here? He's a fucking reality star.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do we live in a country where a motherfucking reality star could even run for presidency?
Right, yeah.
You would think it would be some motherfucking type of requirements and rules in place. But then you gotta think like, oh, when this country was founded fucking hundreds and thousands of years ago, I do remember learning in history class it was only certain requirements. You had to be a certain age. You had to have a certain this. You had a certain that. But I feel like the rules been bent a little bit when you got money and money talk.
Yeah.
Period. Because at the end of the day, all the motherfucking election that turned into, it didn't stop from motherfucking people really going to polls and shit and actually standing out in the heat and rain, sleet, and snow, enduring shit so they can fucking vote. It done turned into who the fuck got the most money.
Yeah.
And who the fuck can pay for this shit. That's all that's about. It ain't even about what the people say no more. It's about what fucking money you got.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like in some way, it never really been about the people. But I just feel like over time, we are really seeing like it's evident, like it's really not about us. Like it's evident at this point.
It's more and more about, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck motherfuckers can scheme and get out of shit. Like it's more and more about what motherfuckers can do to get out of shit. So, anyways, off Kim and Trump, because I really just feel like, even now with Trump, like, we live in a country where a motherfucking Supreme fucking court judge had a rule that Donald Trump cannot block nobody on Twitter anymore. Like, what type of fucking
why is
country
this going to the Supreme Court? Why is some shit?
Oh, no. I'm lying. Not the Supreme Court. Motherfucking New York judge, but he was a federal judge. But he was a federal judge, though. I had to rephrase my memory. Not the Supreme Court, but a federal judge in New York had to rule that Donald Trump cannot block motherfuckers on Twitter anymore. And it's just like, when I read the shit, I felt like a fucking Uber jackass for reading the shit. Because I'm like, why the fuck are we living in a country where a motherfucking judge is taking time out of their day? You think about how many serious cases is going on in the motherfucking world. And you got a judge taking time out of their busy ass schedule. Motherfuckers who's not even guilty getting locked up for shit they ain't even fucking do. When you got a motherfucking judge that you're taking time out of your day to rule that Donald Trump cannot block anybody on Twitter.
That's the world we live in.
I mean, it's important because he was really like don't look at me. Don't look at me. It's important because what he was trying to do is like he's passed a couple bills and shit. But basically what he was attempting to do is get people to not be able to have their voice. Basically all these news outlets, media outlets, he was trying to get it to a point where these motherfuckers couldn't report shit about him.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like, nigga, you're the fucking president. Motherfuckers can report about your ass. Motherfuckers can say what the fuck they want as long as they're not harming your family, harming you, or this country.
Yeah.
Period. Motherfuckers can say, Donald Trump, you fucking tangerine ass bitch. As long as they're not saying, I want to blow you up, you tangerine ass bitch.
Yeah.
Period. So, fuck out of here at the end of the day. So, I mean, it was important, but I just feel like that shit didn't, like, I mean, we didn't really need to know about that. Because the fact that you're reporting about it makes me feel like this shit is, like, up here when it's really down here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for those of you who are listening and not watching, that shit, they making it feel like it's Eiffel Tower status when it's really motherfucking, what's the shit Patrick was in motherfucking SpongeBob and that little whatever the fuck. At that sea level,
Bikini Bottom.
That's where the fuck that shit is at. The fuck, like, fuck out of here, like. But anyways, enough of that. I do want to get into this quick bit that I read on Twitter because I was so fucking upset and I was so disappointed. I just told Tracy about this, but I'm finna tell y'all ass because they really fucking tried it. And before I get into this as well, I do want to let y'all know it's very important that y'all know y'all rights. That's all I'm saying. I'll expand later. Basically, this is coming from the Facebook story of, I don't want to say her name because I don't want to be penalized if this becomes public, and I also don't want to say her name just because I'm not giving nobody no free clout. So a girl on Facebook posted a story, and she basically was like, okay, story time. This is kind of long, but please read. It's about my experience last night with these fucking Border Patrol agents. Last night, I rode the Greyhound bus from Bakersfield to Las Vegas to visit family. When we got to California-Nevada state line, as always, there's a checkpoint. In parentheses, she says, this checkpoint used to be one where they made sure you weren't carrying fruits into California because of an invasive fruit fly species. Anyway, ... That's really not relevant to the story, but I thought that was a kind of cool fact that she knew. So I want to say
I think that is cool because it's like, this just shows you the spectrum of how drastic
shit has changed.
Yeah, has changed. Yeah. So I like that she threw that in there.
So anyway, ... The bus driver makes an announcement. We are being boarded by Border Patrol. For those of you who didn't get that, we're being boarded by Border Patrol. Please be prepared to show your documentation upon request. Wait, what the fuck? I think to myself. So you know I'm ready to act an ass in all caps. Pause. When a black woman says they ready to act the ass in all caps, that mean, bitch, they ready for what the fuck ever about to go down.
It's finna go down.
Fuck this shit. I'm about to motherfucking pull out the motherfucking hair tie. We finna get it cracking.
Right.
I don't fucking care. So, she said, I stand up and say loudly, this is a violation of your Fourth Amendment rights. You don't have to show them shit. This is illegal. We are not within 100 miles of an international border, so they have no authority to ask you for anything. Tell them to fuck off. And since my Spanish sucks, I Google translated how to say that in Spanish and repeated myself. I'll try to say this as best as I can. Esto es una violación de los derechos de su cuarta enmienda. No tienes que marcarlos nada. Esto es illegal. No cumples y no tengas miedo. Están equivocados y no deberíamos pasar esto. I tried to say that to the best of my ability from what I remember in Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 for Spanish listeners. Some of that shit, I know that shit was fire. Some of that shit was fire though. Y'all ain't finna try me up. But the rest of that shit, hey, bear with me. But anyways, the lady next to me did not speak English. She looked terrified. I reassured her that I had her back. The agents get on. Proceed to announce that they're about to start asking people for quote-unquote documentation. I stand up and yell, I'm not showing you shit. I'm not driving this bus, so you have no right to ask me for anything. And the rest of you guys don't have to show them anything either. This is harassment and racial profiling. Don't show them a goddamn thing. We are not within 100 miles of a border, so they have no legal right or jurisdiction here. Google it. The agents start to look exasperated because they can see I'm willing to act the whole donkey. One of them said, fine, we can see that you're a citizen because of your filthy mouth. And then they just said, go ahead, to the bus driver, and got off. Point is, these Border Patrol officers act like they do because they expect people to be afraid of them and just comply. The lady next to me spoke no English in all caps. But she was a very kind woman. And she looked terrified when they boarded. I felt it was my duty to defend her. We do not live in Nazi Germany, so no one should be asked to present papers for interstate travel. I defended her and I defended myself. We do not have to take this shit lying down. What those officers did is wrong and completely illegal. All it took was one loud ass black woman to let them know we are not with the shits. Fuck y'all. And they backed off. Use your voice. Take a risk. Act an ass in all caps. Because if you let them intimidate the poor Spanish speaking woman next to you, who the fuck do you think they're coming for next? And I just want to say bravo. I'm going to go ahead and clap for her. Clap for that motherfucking black magic princess. Because she fucking did what the fuck I wouldn't have been able to do. This bitch knew her fucking rights. And when I say it's so important in this day and age that we live in right now to know your fucking rights. Now, I was just speaking to my sister a minute ago because I was just like, damn, we took fucking government in high school, and all the fuck they make you do in government is study cases and write summaries about the cases. I don't remember what the fuck the technological term is, but that's literally all the fuck I remember doing in my government class is writing case fucking whatever the fuck reviews. I made a fucking 90 something A, but the point is I didn't learn shit. I didn't learn shit that was important. I didn't learn about my fucking rights. And you would think that since government is a required class that you take. Okay, y'all, so I had to pause it real quick. I had something come up. I do apologize. I'm going to try to pick up the best of my ability where we left off. But I do want to say, I know I was making a point about how important it is to know your rights. It's very important in this day and age. And the reason why I say it's very important in this day and age, because this day and age, the technology and information stage is when they're trying to take the most rights away from us. Because look, when you think about it, right, in the technology and information age, we're supposed to be able to know everything. Like, we have information at the drop of a fucking dime. We got information at the tip of our fucking fingertips. We can literally Google whatever the fuck we want. And if you notice, over the past few years, a lot of shit has been changing with the internet. Like, it was one point where they was trying to make us pay for certain shit on the internet. Thank God that didn't go through, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't do my due diligence as a citizen to vote against that. But it didn't go through. But I'm just letting you know, this is a day and age where they are trying to strip us of what the fuck we can possibly figure out and find out. Because a lot of our fucking rights, excuse me, y'all, a lot of our fucking rights are fucking basic knowledge. Like, the fact that she even knew in that story. Do you even know
what the Fourth Amendment is?
I don't. That's crazy. And I'm pretty sure what she said was just a clause. That probably wasn't even the full Fourth Amendment. Because, you know, the amendments be real simple, but then you got clauses under each of them. You got fucking, you know what I'm saying, certain sections under each of them. So I feel like she knows the law very well. Had to have. Because there's no fucking way that she would have been able, or a motherfucker like me would have been able to know we're not 100 feet within a motherfucking da-da-da-da-da and blah, 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 blah. So you motherfucking law students out there, I salute y'all. Real talk. I gotta give it to y'all. Because y'all motherfuckers, boy, you better make sure that you got a good lawyer when you going through some shit. Because, man, I'm trying to tell you, if a motherfucker like me was a lawyer right now, I'd be losing all the cases.
I really wanted to go to law school. Like, I was this close, and I know y'all can't see my fingers, but I was so close to going to law school after getting my bachelor's.
Like a motherfucking mosquito that landed on your fucking skin that thought they was finna bite you, but you swapped it off. That's what the fuck she...
Yeah, I was that close to going. Like, I literally took my practice LSAT test online. Like, I was really going to do it. I had a friend who's in law school right now, and she really was convincing me, like, to do it. But I just didn't go through with it because at the time, I really kind of discouraged my own self. I'm just like, it's too much reading and writing for me. Like, I hate writing. I'll read, but I hate writing. And you have to write so much in law school. Like, you have to write papers after papers and papers. And I just couldn't see myself doing it. But I was really interested in it because it's just interesting. It's just interesting to me. I feel like the law is something that it's just not boring. Like, it's just interesting to learn about it, just to know, and then you really be able to pinpoint all the fuck shit that's really going on in the world.
You can say that's illegal.
Yeah,
that's, you know what I'm saying. Like, I want to be able to motherfucking slap an officer and be like, not slap literally before y'all taking me out. I mean, slap them with the law.
Yeah,
that the own law that they're enforcing.
They don't even be knowing.
They don't even be knowing.
They don't go to law school to be a fucking police officer. You don't go to law school for that shit. You go to
I'll
fucking
real quick.
What you go to? You go to fucking
police motherfucking trade, a motherfucking vocational school.
That's what the fuck.
That's all the fuck you. All you learn about is what the fuck you supposed to do.
Right. Half of them motherfuckers don't know shit about the law. They don't know shit about what's in the Constitution. And they literally just get over on us because we don't know.
I can go right now to a motherfucking police academy and 3 months later be a fucking police
officer or work in a correctional facility.
But you know, I'm not against vocational schools. I want to get that very clear before people take it the wrong way, because vocational schools for certain things are necessary. Because there's no reason for me to be in school for 4 years and 2 years, hell, 1 year for certain shit.
Yeah.
But a police officer, I feel like that's something that they really need to reevaluate, and they need to change the checkpoints and the motherfucking requirements for being a police officer. Because right now, 2018, it's looking like my motherfucking little brother could go be a police officer right now.
Right.
And that's no shade to my little brother. But what I'm saying is, he has no law experience. He has no street experience.
He just don't,
because he grew up in a nice, sheltered life. Yeah. You feel me?
He just don't want to go to work, don't want to go to college, and guess what? He need to do something. So I'm going to go be a police officer type shit. Which half of them do, and which is why they're so corrupt and so fucked up. But me, I wanted to go to law school. I wanted to be a judge. Like, I wanted to be, like, in there, like,
the motherfucking kingpin.
Yeah, I wanted to do that type shit. I didn't really want to be no lawyer or nothing like that, because that shit
lawyers do a lot of grunt work.
Oh, that shit
and half the time don't get paid what they worth. A lot of grunt work. Now, all the time you really get paid what you worth is if you got high clientele. So,
and then it just take too long for that shit. Like, it does take long as hell to be a judge. Like, it really do.
Yeah.
But it's worth it in the end. I feel like being a lawyer,
you're grunt work all the time. Work all the time.
It's kind of like being a nurse.
You really have to have a passion for that shit.
Being a lawyer,
it's not a fruit of sport.
Being a lawyer is kind of like being
a career
nurse
sport.
In a hospital. Like, you literally doing all the bitch work for the doctor. You know, like you just running around. You just doing whole.
And I
do
do want to say, while we're on the topic of black rights, there are two things I want to bring up. The first one I'm going to bring up is Starbucks. Because I didn't feed into this whole Starbucks thing. I really didn't, because one, I'm not a Starbucks customer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an avid. I don't go. I've probably been to Starbucks maybe once or twice in my life. That's not my go-to place. You feel me?
I'm not really like a cafe type of girl. Like, I drink tea and I drink coffee, but I'll make it myself before I go to
Starbucks and pay these motherfuckers overpriced ass prices for some shit that really I can make that taste better at home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, when the whole Starbucks shit came about, I really was just like, okay, it's fucked up. But honestly, I didn't really feel no sympathy for it, because I just feel like, I'm not going to say Starbucks is a white place of business, but I wouldn't expect company like Starbucks to include me in their shit. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even look to a company like Starbucks to practice fucking black
That's
rights.
Like me expecting Tommy Hilfiger to make jeans for curvy girls.
Yeah, like it's just
never expecting that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when that shit happened, I really wasn't sweating it. I wasn't like, oh my God, clutching my pearls. You know what I'm saying? I don't wear pearls. But the point is,
I didn't have to go on strike for the shit. I didn't have to stop.
I don't shop there anyway.
Yeah. Like.
So, but what really just triggered me was the fact that they doing this whole press release about making a black woman their chair. They, for one, had a fucking whole day where they shut so many Starbucks locations down to have a race education class. And I just feel like,
you want to know something? And I don't mean to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be mad as fuck if I worked at a Starbucks and y'all tell me that y'all finna take
I'm a black
individual. Y'all finna take my hours away so y'all can get y'all shit together, get y'all story together, get y'all black people back on y'all side.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's even more asinine and fucking disrespectful about this shit is, I was online, I was reading comments and shit, and black employees at Starbucks was saying that they had to attend the shit. Like, they still had to go. And in my mind, I'm just like,
they had to go?
Yeah, like if you worked there and you was in one of the stores that they fucking said was doing the fucking class, you had to be there. Period. No matter what your race was. And I just feel like...
Was they getting paid to go?
Yeah, of course they were still getting paid.
Oh, I was about to say.
But my thing is, why are you making black employees go?
Well, I mean, honestly, if you own a company, you're going to make everybody that work there go, regardless of race. You're not going to just make the white people go. Like, come on now. They're not.
That's true.
They have to make every employee go.
That's true. But I just feel like at the end of the day, I would feel insulted as fuck if I was a black employee at Starbucks and I was having meetings on race. Because it's like, how the fuck can you school me on how the fuck I'm supposed to be considerate of other motherfuckers' race when all my life I've been a fucking slave? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I would be finding another job. First of all, I'm not doing that shit. I don't want to be a part of this shit, period. Like,
and now they're trying to make this big old press release about having a black chair. And it's just like, she's a vice chair at that. If you're going to do it big. Make her the fucking president. Why the fuck she got to be a vice chair? You feel me? Make that shit believable.
So who's the puppet? What's the woman's name? Do you know her name? Because at this point...
I don't remember her name. Salute to her because she getting more coins. And I love a black woman getting coin. But what I'm saying is, I just feel like it's a mighty fucking convenient time.
Right.
You never would have announced before that you had a black woman as your chair.
You never would have had a black woman as your chair had this incident never took place.
So, off Starbucks, the second topic that I want to lead into before I forget is why the fuck, and I say this as a bisexual black woman, why the fuck do we keep comparing the LGBTQ plus sign community to black rights? Like, they're completely opposite. And like I said, I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I'm not nobody that's not a part of this community. Like, I'm literally, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like the two go together. They don't. Like, there's no way. Like, I seen the post, and it's like, even with the whole Kim Kardashian, I seen a post, and it's like, motherfuckers is on there like, well, if this was this and this was that. Like, trying to bring in the motherfucking LGBTQ community. And it's just like, this has nothing to do with black rights.
Right. Y'all was never discriminated against.
When the fuck did we ever put motherfuckers in chains and shit for being gay?
Yeah, like, come on now. Y'all doing too much. We get it. Chill the fuck out.
When the fuck did we ever put
y'all niggas to work
in segregation? When did we ever segregate the gay community? I want to know.
Yeah. I'm
not trying to discredit their movement. I get it. Yes, I've been a victim to it. People treat you differently when they find out your sexuality. Especially me being a bisexual woman, they think that we see everything and we like everything. Mm-hmm. You know, it's typical stereotypes. We like everything, or we confused, or we don't know what we like. And it's just like, that's not true. I get that 100%. But you cannot compare that movement to a movement that's really erasing a whole fucking race of people.
Yeah.
Do you not know that in the United States of America, we don't even make up 25% of this population? We literally only make up to about 12 or 13% of this population. Period. For all the shit that our people went through. Native Americans, they're fucking obsolete at this point. It's only like 0.1% of them. 2%. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong or right. Whatever the fuck y'all want to do. But there's no fucking comparison. Niggas is not out here being slaughtered for being gay. Yeah. So stop trying to compare the shit. Like, that shit really boils my skin. Like, I hate when people in this community try to compare it to black rights. Because it's not the fucking same. Yeah. Motherfuckers, first of all, wouldn't even know if you was gay, straight, pansexual, transgender, whatever the fuck, until you tell them. And before y'all try to come on me about the transgender, yeah, some of them do dress like full out women, some of them do dress like full out men. But what I'm saying is, if you're a regular person that just likes to dress up every now and again, nobody's really gonna know that's who you are until you fucking show them. So black rights can never be compared, because a motherfucker can see your black skin and be like, fuck you. Yeah. It's not the same. Yeah. It's not the same. And I'm tired of y'all comparing the fucking two. Like, period. They do not belong in the same category. They do not get the same respect. Period. And I'm not going to say that the LGBTQ plus community should not be respected in their own right. But what I'm saying is, they should not be compared against motherfucking black rights. That's like me fucking comparing them to the motherfucking Holocaust. Yeah. Or to the motherfucking slave movement. Period. It's not the same. So, I want to jump that out the gate, period. I want to let that shit be known. What side of the fence I'm on. I don't agree with comparing the two. Period. The two have nothing in common. Period. So, I wanted to get that out, but I do also want to say, just thinking like on shit that's been going on. I do also want to say, leading into, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought about the black rights conversation. I do also want to mention that Tamara from The Real, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you all know her from Sister. Tamara basically opened up on The Real. And she pretty much just gave her opinion about how when she was pregnant again with her baby girl, she was praying for her baby girl to have her black features. Like, she was saying it in a way like, I really want her to look like me. Because I feel like my son, my child that I had, came out so much looking like his dad. And I wanted my baby girl to look like me. And I feel like people are so fucking butthole and sensitive in this generation. Yeah, she was saying, I want my little girl to look like she's black. Mm-hmm. But she was also saying, a piece of me is missing because I had my first child and my first child looks nothing like me. I'm black. Mm-hmm. Period. They didn't hear that. They heard, I don't want my child to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they heard all the negative shit and the shit. And I mean, I feel like in 2018, people gotta understand and have tough fucking skin. Realistic, if I was in a relationship with a white guy and we had a child and my first child came out looking white as hell, I would probably be feeling that same way. I would probably be like, I want my child to look like me a little bit. I want them to look like, I mean, it don't matter because no matter what, even though their son looks white, he's still black because he had a black mom. But it's just like, I feel like people was taking it like way out of context and just trying to say like, well, you should have married a black man if you wanted to have a black child. But it's just like, I get that. I do. I get that. But at the end of the day, you love who you love. Regardless. They be saying that he be beating on her. I don't know. I never seen Tamara with no black eye. And I don't know what going behind closed doors. Makeup do a hell of a job. I don't fucking know. That? Oh, it's out there, baby. I be reading a lot of stories about Adam beating on Tamara. I don't think I've ever mentioned it to you. But
yeah, because I ain't never hear no shit about that.
I always read stories about her white ass husband beating on her.
He would have me fucked
to some, they say it's common knowledge to some. But I mean, that's here nor there. That has nothing to do with the topic I'm discussing. I just threw that out there. Like, I really feel like she's not wrong. Like, for wanting her child to look black. Why the fuck does that make her wrong? She's a black woman. Why would she not want her child to look like her? Because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about that mixed shit. If you're fucking black, you're fucking black. You're black. At the end of the day. Now, for her child, it may be a little bit different. Because she already mixed. And then her husband is white. Mm-hmm. So, they may come out looking like motherfucking vanilla ice cream. You know what I'm saying? You can't really control that. So, I get where people, like, well, you should have married a black man. I get that. But I really don't feel like she should be scrutinized or judged because she's wanting her child to look like her.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, that's what she wants. Like, I mean,
and take race out the equation. Maybe she just want her daughter to look like her.
Yeah.
Maybe she don't feel like she resemble her son a lot. Maybe she want her child to just look like her. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like we all women want a mini me. We all want, you know what I'm saying? When we have our daughter, we want to be able to look at our daughter's eyes and say, yeah, that's me right there. Yeah. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. But I just wanted to address that because, people was coming down hard on my girl. And I didn't appreciate that. And this is my last black rights issue. But I do want to touch on it a little bit. So Diddy basically announced that, because at one point Diddy was really making it known that he wanted to be like a black NFL owner, like he wanted to have a team or whatever. But basically now Diddy, he's pretty much said, I don't want to be affiliated or associated with the NFL at all. I don't want to be a part of a system that's gonna keep continuing to oppress my people. Mm-hmm. But you know what really bothered me about that? Because I get it. And I respect that. And I honestly respect him more for that decision. Mm-hmm. But what it also makes me think about is, well, how can you be in the music industry? How? I mean, honestly, if we're going to say, I don't want to be a part of the NFL because of the recent, all the shit that's going on with even Kaepernick subpoenaing or trying to subpoena the president because of, the unlawful things that he said and done that have made an impact on his career. I feel like, with Diddy, yeah, it's great that you feel that way. It's great that you're doing that. I'm glad. I don't want to see you a part of that. But you're a part of the music industry. So it's like, yeah, the music industry is ever changing. It's been this way for a while. It's always been that way. But let's not forget about how back in the 60s and 70s, motherfuckers was dead up. 50s, stealing our songs verbatim and reselling them as if they were theirs. So you're a part of the very fabric that founded racial inequality.
Yeah, but I feel like it's different now. It's not really like that now. So I feel like back in the 1600s and the 1700s, Diddy wasn't a part of the music industry, So I feel like it's different. I feel like if they were still doing that shit heavily today in the music industry, which they are not, like, rappers now are talking about black rights, saying fuck the police, fuck racial oppression. So it's not like the music industry is, oh, well, you have to make a song like this or your shit is not, you're not gonna make no money. It's different now. So I don't really think that.
I honestly feel like that. The only reason why I feel like that is because the music industry has not evolved. Like, these white execs are still exploiting our community. So I feel like until you get in the ring and you being the OG that you are, schooling these young boys to move a different way, like even how J. Cole is out here moving, trying to start a movement where he's sitting down these young rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like until you sweep around your own front porch, you can't really talk about what's going on somebody else's yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to make a change in your field. You know what I'm saying? Why are you going so hard for the NFL but not talking about how these white executives be exploiting our young black men? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these black artists that's popping right now are doing the very same shit that you are against, which is exploiting our women, our families. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I 100% agree with you and I get where you coming from. But my mindset on that is I just feel like sweep around your own front porch. Like, get it. If you don't want to do the NFL, that's cool. Turn that into some other shit that's going to be positive for us. Because you a part of this. You a big-ass fucking almost billionaire in this rap shit. Make that shit happen for us. You know what I'm saying? Start where you can. So, that was my view on that. I still love Diddy. He's still a kingpin out here in this shit. He could still teach me a lot of shit that I don't know. But I do also, while bringing Diddy up, want to touch on, you know, what he said about Drake and Pusha T, because I kind of want to hear what he feels. But basically, he did a couple interviews. He did Sway, he did Breakfast Club, and I think he did Ebro, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn.
But he's really trying to promote the show that he has with DJ Khaled and shit. But, you know, of course, they're going to sneak in their other questions.
Okay.
So they asked him, you know, how did he feel about the Pusha T and Drake thing with Jay Prince stepping in? And, you know, we haven't talked about the Pusha T and Drake thing because we haven't been recording. So
even though we did record an episode, we never posted the episode, but before Pusha before Drake responded to Pusha, we did record an episode where we knew that he was gonna fucking respond, and we slick knew what he was gonna say. I'm mad we never got to post it because it was so on point. It was so accurate. Like, everything that Drake addressed in the song, we was on top of it. Like, we fucking knew that shit was coming, and I'm so mad that we didn't get to post that episode. We still have it, but we just haven't released it.
We may post it later. We may post
snippets of it when we feel like it's appropriate. I feel like right now it's old, so it's like I don't really like posting shit that's old. But yeah, I'm mad about that shit because we was on that. Like, we knew it was gonna happen.
But no, I definitely want to say Diddy, he basically was just like, you know, I feel like people was taken out of context or misconstruing what he was saying.
What did he say?
Because he basically related it to his own experience. He was just like, you know, when Tupac came out with the Hit 'Em Up, he said that he stepped in and he told Biggie not to respond because he knew the shit that Biggie was gonna say, and he knew the shit was gonna end up bad. Even though Tupac and Biggie died anyway, he knew at that time that the beef or the level of beef that they had Biggie put out the response that he intended to put out, it would have ended a much different way. So what he was saying is he respects Jay Prince for stepping in and doing what he did because he knew what Drake was going to talk about, and he knew it probably was going to cause a domino effect of other shit to happen. But when it comes to the rap aspect of it, Drake took the L because technically in a rap battle it's determined on if you respond or not. And because he didn't, he took the L in that aspect. But Diddy feels like overall, sometimes you gotta lose the battle to win the war. That's basically what I got from it. He basically was just saying, you know, nobody knows other than Jay Prince and Drake what Drake was gonna say. But I respect Jay Prince because Jay Prince is respected out here in these streets for all the shit and all the fucking work he done put in. And he knows when enough is enough. And I feel like even when I watched Jay Prince interview, when he said what he said, it's not nothing uncommon or nothing I haven't heard before. But he basically was just like, you know, we let the pigs get in the pig pig pen. We're gonna rise above that. You know what I'm saying? Because what the point was, basically, in order for you to beat Pusha, you would have had to go lower than where he already went. Which, number one, I can see Jay Prince protecting his investment because Drake is he's an investment. He's a Jay Prince investment. Jay Prince has been, you know what I'm saying, really carrying this nigga for a lot of his career. So it's like, at the end of the day, Drake has always had this safe image where it's like, he's a good guy. We know he do fucked up shit, but overall, he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? So, in order for him to get down to that level, it would have overall, in the end, tainted his image. And it would have just destroyed his career more than anything. Because if it was not up to par or if it was too grimy, it would have been like, it would have been a turnoff for a lot of his fans. Me personally, a fan of rap sport.
Yeah, me personally,
I would have loved to hear him rip him to shreds. But in this industry now, and the way the world is, with people being so motherfucking sensitive online, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I definitely get it.
Like,
I get it, but I just still feel like Drake should have responded. You know, like, I feel like he still should have responded regardless. I feel like
the rap fan in me and always gonna say he should have responded. This is why
I feel like he should have responded. I feel like, why should Drake have to fucking not say shit?
Succumb to Pusha T.
Yeah, for Pusha T. I feel like it's not fair. I just feel like it's not fair. I just feel like Pusha T literally pulled out some shit in Drake's closet. Me being a Drake fan, and I am a fan of Drake, I did not know that he had a child. And a lot of people knew. And it's
I was a part of that. A lot
of people who did not know. I'm on the fence, the side of the fence where I did not know. So me hearing Pusha T diss, I'm just like, damn, this nigga really done went in your closet and pulled out one of your fucking skeletons. So I just feel like, why should he not respond? It's not fair.
It's not.
It's not fair.
It's not
and
fair.
I feel like, because I did hear what Drake was going to say. Like, I heard rumors about what he was going to respond and say. And I'm not going to say it because it didn't come out. But I feel like he could have said some other shit and still took Pusha T ass out. He didn't have to go that deep, just to respond. And I feel like, why should Drake be discouraged to respond to some shit like that? For one, Drake didn't start this shit, so I just feel like it's not fair that he has to take the L. And I know people are saying, yeah, he gonna win the war, blah 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 blah, but fuck all that. Because it's just like, in the meantime, this nigga Pusha T got what the fuck he wanted at the end of the day. One, he got exposure. More exposure, because let's be real, nobody cared about his fucking album coming out. Let's just be real. Other than his core fan base, nobody was really checking for that fucking album. And I feel like, damn, one, he got what he wanted as far as exposure. And for two, he got what he wanted because he been taking little shots at Drake for the longest. So this is an accomplishment for him. And I just feel like, as much as I love Drake, I know that this nigga would have fucking snapped.
Annihilated.
What he would have
annihilated.
Said. Regardless,
Annihilated.
He didn't even have to go down deep. He didn't even have to dissect this nigga. He really could have took him out. So I feel like,
just off the sole fact that, number one, who the fuck gives a fuck what Pusha T gotta say at a time like that?
Right. not fair. I feel like if y'all gonna be in Drake's corner, y'all gonna be somebody who Drake listens to. I just feel like, okay, steer him in the right direction. Don't have him go down to the dirty pit with the pigs, but at least have him stand up for himself and fucking respond to some shit like this. This nigga done called you a deadbeat dad, which, let me just address that, because just because we didn't know that Drake had a child, I know that Drake is not a fucking right. Deadbeat. Like, that child is well taken the fuck care of. So I just feel like, you know, Drake could have responded and said anything, and it still would have been. He could have
just talked about the fact that, number one, Pusha T, when the last time we even heard anything from you?
Right. He could have got him off of that shit. He could have took the label out.
Pusha T.
He could have done more with the, you know, it's shit that he could have.
How the fuck you gonna make somebody the president of a label who ain't had a popping career in years?
I just feel like, why did he not have to say anything at all? I just feel like what Jay Prince was saying on his interview when he brought in the pig shit, yeah, that's street related. But we all know that this is not no street shit. Come on now. Drake versus Pusha T. Drake versus Pusha T. Where do you see that as one of these niggas gonna get shot?
It's not a street thing, but I feel like,
come on now. I just feel like it did not apply to this situation.
Well, that's what I was gonna get into with the whole Tupac and Biggie thing. People was like,
Tupac
you know,
and Biggie, that's different, because those was two, like, come on now, they was in the streets. Both of them niggas was
But what I'm saying is, the only reason why I feel like Jay Prince said that is because,
all he know is street mentality.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Because Tupac and Biggie, people was coming at it like, it's not Tupac and Biggie. It's not Tupac and Biggie. And I think people was taking it the wrong way when Diddy brought up his own experience. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, number one, Pusha T, he don't got shit to lose. Period. But Drake has a lot to lose in this situation. And number two, when you got somebody like Jay Prince behind you, there's a whole motherfucking street movement behind that shit. And I'm pretty sure Pusha T, being the street dude that he is, got a whole bunch of niggas on his line too. So I feel like Jay Prince was saying it's not a street matter now, but it could escalate to that based on the support that he has for Drake, and based on the support that he know Pusha T has.
I just don't think it would have gotten that far.
Because what he was saying amongst the shit that Drake was going to say, was going to elevate it to that next level.
I know what he would have said, and I just still don't think that it would have gotten that fucking far. Like, I think
that a lot of shit was going to be said that probably would have escalated that shit.
I don't think it would have escalated. I think it would have escalated that shit. I really don't. I feel like if it would have, then it would have happened already.
I think it would have escalated into something different. Because
I don't think that. I feel like it's easy for somebody to say that shit, but I really don't think that shit would have happened had Drake would have responded. Like, I don't. I feel like niggas can say that shit all day. Oh, it would have escalated this. Oh, it would have escalated that. Niggas was saying that shit when he was beefing with Meek Mill.
No,
so,
I never once.
I just don't.
But the thing is, with Drake and Meek Mill, when people were saying that, I never once for a second thought otherwise. But when it comes down to a motherfucker like Jay Prince saying that, I definitely feel like whatever else he was gonna say, because we heard rumors about other shit that he was saying, but it's potentially some other shit that probably he was gonna say that we didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like for a motherfucker that's as dirty, as grimy and street as Jay Prince is, saying that this shit could have escalated to some shit behind closed doors. Because I mean, at the end of the day, Drake and Pusha T are just the face. We're never gonna 100% know anything about some shit going down unless it involves them too. But some other shit behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times people don't understand this rap beef shit, it affects your bag when it comes to certain shit if you in some street shit with the right street motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like if it was as bad as he's making it out to be, it probably was the right call to make. As much as I hate it as a rap fan that love to see the rap beef go back and forth, maybe that's, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what was needed. Because I honestly feel like maybe they're trying to, you know what I'm saying, evolve the rap beef shit. Because back in the day, it was like, the motherfucking Death Row was on stage like, if you tired of motherfuckers dancing, being out of it, like the shit was serious. So I feel like now, you know, in the rap game, they're trying to elevate and go past certain shit. So I don't know. I you know, I'm just trying to have faith.
At this point, I'm over it. I just feel like nobody should diss nobody at this point. You might as well not even diss nothing. You want to know what I don't want to happen? I don't want to hear no songs, or I don't want to hear shit on Drake's album where he's taking shots at Pusha T. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit, period.
It's definitely gonna happen.
I'm a Drake fan. I don't want to hear that shit at all, my nigga. I don't give a fuck if the song fire
gonna happen,
fuck.
though.
That shit is lame. So that means you're gonna take a double L. Because you're not going to respond to him in a diss track, but you're going to throw shots at him on your album. That shit is whack. That shit is whack as fuck. I just don't like it. I just don't. I just feel like, why even say anything about it? I feel like if you're not going to say nothing now, then you don't need to say shit at all, period. Period. Because guess what you're going to do? Guess what you're going to do? You going to throw your little slick shots, and Pusha gonna come out with another song, and he gonna be direct as fuck.
But you know what? I feel like if he do, that would warrant Drake to just say everything.
And he's still not gonna do it. And he's still not gonna do it. If he's not gonna do it now, then why the fuck would he do it later?
I think if Pusha T keep poking the bear,
he would. If Pusha T come out with another diss song for Drake, then it's okay for him to say all the shit that he was gonna say. Like, no, come on now.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I respect Jay Prince for trying to de-escalate the situation, but if Pusha T keep on poking the bear, then yeah, you gotta just say fuck my motherfucking morals and principles.
I feel like he already poked the
bear. That's what I feel like. Like,
he already poked
if it gets to that point, because if I'm saying, hey, I'm gonna wave the white flag, I'll take the L, and you still going on and on and on.
Going on and on is a response to if he throwing little shots. If he throwing little shots at Pusha T,
I feel like as Pusha T, at the end of the day, as Pusha T, I feel like if he throws a little shots, you should not feel no type of way about nothing. You should not drop no other diss song. Because he didn't respond. So at the end of the day, if you feel like you really won.
Okay. All right. So let me bring up this example. So you saying that is basically when fucking Remy came out with Sheetha. She didn't come out with Sheetha until Nicki Minaj did all of them motherfucking features where she was throwing little slick shots at fucking Remy. But when Remy came out with that fucking song being direct, Remy was pointed as the bad guy. That's not fair. That's not fair. If Drake come out with his album, right? And if he's taking little shots at motherfucking Pusha, and Pusha come out with a song, that's Pusha poking a bear. Like, that's not fair.
Well, to me, honestly, it would be kind of just like when Jay-Z and Nas had their beef. Because if you think about it, Jay-Z came out with his song, Nas came out with Ether, and there was no other response from Jay other than subs that he did on the song. So I just feel like,
but that was Nas just turning the blind eye after.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like Pusha T should do the same. If you're gonna win this battle, then win the shit. Win it and let the nigga throw his sub. At the end of the day, because at this point, why continue to poke a bear if you feel like? Because at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody say. Pusha T cannot take Drake out the fucking game, and I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like, people on the internet is really dragging this out like, oh, Drake take this L, Drake this, Drake that. But it's just like, guess what? 3 weeks from now, nobody's even gonna be talking about Pusha T. He's gonna go right back into that fucking cave where the fuck he was at all these fucking years, and nobody's gonna be thinking about him. So at the end of the day, the only person who has a lot of shit to lose in this situation is Drake.
We get it. Drake got a whole lot to lose. We get that. But I just feel like it's gonna be some sucker ass shit if he makes songs and he's throwing little subs at Pusha when he did not respond to Pusha on this song. That's all I'm saying.
No, I get that. That shit is I get weak. That. I respect that opinion. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad because it's just like. I feel like we'll be debating all day. Unless we ever hear the track, we'll be just debating all day.
I just feel like as Drake fans, and I am still a Drake fan, but I just don't fuck with lame ass shit, period. And I just feel like if you're going to have a street mentality behind you, then you can't be doing suck ass shit either. I feel like if you do that shit is weak as fuck. Period.
I feel like Jay Prince, I feel like more than anything, based off an interview that I watched, I feel like Drake, and I say this as a Drake fan, as much as it hurt my tongue to say it, I honestly feel like Jay Prince was not scared to take it there. I feel like Drake was probably scared to take it there because Jay Prince, this is something that he does, period.
Well,
and the look on his face, when you know an evil motherfucker, when they smile, when they talking about some shit, I know there's no doubt in my mind that this nigga Jay Prince was not prepared for anything that happens when it comes to street shit.
This is my stance on it. I feel like Drake should have responded. I feel like in my heart, I feel like it wouldn't have gotten to no street shit. I still feel that way.
I feel like we gotta separate the two, though.
I still feel like, okay, we have to separate the two, but in this instance, they're merging the two. They are merging.
I mean, not necessarily.
Basically, Drake is not responding to Pusha T because if he do, it's gonna be some street shit that happened behind the scenes. Basically, that's what's going on right now.
But what I'm saying
is, how is that not merging the two?
It's not really merging the two because I feel like
how
Drake, if Jay Prince was saying that what he was saying was too harsh, he had ample opportunity to change it, but he didn't. So I just feel like the two is not really together because at the end of the day, you're willing to sacrifice and lose the fucking shit rather than just going at a different approach. So I really don't feel like the two is not merged. That's my opinion. I don't feel like the two is merging because you're choosing one over the other.
I feel like it's merging because that's the reasoning behind him not doing it.
He didn't have to not do it. That's what I'm saying. He didn't have to not do it. He could have changed his approach.
He didn't.
But he didn't. So I just really feel like you can't really compare the two. Because at the end of the day, if we're going to put rap here and street here, if the street nigga is saying you're going a little bit too hard, this might cause this, that, and the third, you could have changed your approach, but you didn't. So it's like you're choosing to forfeit the fucking race. At the end of the day, that's me. And as much as of a Drake fan I am, I will say, like, he could have decided, okay, maybe I am going too hard. Let me go at it like this. But he didn't. He just strictly took what Jay Prince said for fucking, you know what I'm saying? He could have, but he didn't. So I just really feel like, you know, I feel like they're going to be subs. Like, knowing Drake all these years, they're going to be subs. And honestly, I'm not mad at the subs. If that's the outcome of it, I'm honestly not mad at the subs. Am I going to be hyped when I hear them? No, because I'm already expecting them. But I really just feel like Diddy, going back to my overall point about it, I feel like I feel like people was misconstruing what Diddy was saying because, you know, people in the comments like, don't compare it to Tupac, don't compare it to Biggie. I don't think he was comparing it at all. I think he really was just relaying his own personal experience into the situation. Like, I knew what Biggie was going to say, and I told him not to respond. And, you know, he was like, even though that situation happened and Tupac passed after, I knew that it's a possibility that may have happened sooner than when it actually did if Biggie decided to respond the way that he was going to respond. So that's why I feel like, you know, I just wanted to touch on that and say that, because that's important. Because a lot of times, you know, and I will say rap artists probably have not been as fortunate in the past where you have somebody step in and be like, okay, you doing the most. You doing enough. Like with Tupac and Biggie, that was a situation that had to happen. But you know what I'm saying? Like with other artists that have had rap beefs, I've never seen anybody step in and be like, okay, that's too far.
Everybody steps in and say that that's too far during the rap beef.
I've never seen it. Like somebody said, don't respond.
Yes.
When
fucking The Game and 50 Cent was going at it hard.
Okay, The Game and 50 Cent.
They had a whole fucking.
But I would put them more towards the Tupac and Biggie.
That shit always happens.
Other than that, okay, I wasn't.
And you want to know why it happens? You want to know why it happens? Because rappers always merge the fucking two. Every rap artist, even a nigga like Drake, who we know is not a street nigga, somehow, some way, a motherfucker got street niggas behind them. So they always merge the two. That shit always happens.
I mean, period. Yeah, that's true.
That shit always happens. That's why I just feel like, if y'all gonna do that shit, then do it. If not, then don't do it. Don't do no sneak disses. Don't do none of that shit. That's my whole point, because it's just like, it doesn't fucking matter. It can be fucking Justin Bieber who decides he want to put out a fucking rap song. Then you gonna have niggas, Justin Bieber got hitters behind him, so don't respond. It's gonna take it. It always happens like that. So I just feel like I just really feel like it does. And it's like that because rappers, I don't know why, but for some reason, even a rapper like Drake, who we know is not a street nigga, it's always gonna be that street fucking, that street presence that somebody's gonna have to place on this nigga. Somebody, for example, Jay Prince. You're gonna put that persona on a rapper regardless. No,
I doubt it. Just because
that's what I think.
I disagree. I really disagree, just because the history of Jay Prince and Drake is like, you can't say one without the other. Like, as long as Drake has been in the game, Jay Prince has always been by his side.
Okay, yeah, that is true, but people don't know that. A lot of people that support Drake music,
that's true.
do not know that he has Jay Prince behind him. A lot of people do not fucking know that.
I mean, if you a real Drake fan, you should know that.
But it's just like, everybody is not a real Drake fan.
That's true. But what I'm saying
everybody in the music industry does not know everything about Drake. Everybody in the music industry did not know Drake had a child. Everybody in the music industry, everybody that listens to music, did not know that Jay Prince was behind Drake.
I mean, but he say it in his songs.
It doesn't matter, Tierra. You cannot put that on
okay.
You can't.
I'm not trying to do all that.
This shit, that doesn't mean everybody knows.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, I get that, which is why I'm here to let niggas know. Period. That's why I'm here to talk about it and say that I honestly feel like he could have made the decision as a rapper to change his approach, but he didn't. He could have been the first one to evolve this shit. He could have said, oh, okay, let me change the whole shit, but he didn't. So in that aspect, I will give him the L. As much as a fan of him as I am, yeah, I love rap beat. I would have loved for him to come out with some shit just as hard as Hit 'Em Up and destroy Pusha whole shit. But I feel like if he's gonna take the advice of his OG, I don't have no choice but to respect it. But I'm gonna give him the L, because as a rapper, he could have said, I'm going to change my approach, but he didn't do that.
Okay, I get that. But so if Drake do come out with his album and he throwing little shots at Pusha T, do you condone that? Do you agree with it?
I'm not going to say I necessarily agree with it.
I know that you're anticipating it all happening, but do you agree with it? Is it going to make you look at Drake differently?
honestly, it's not gonna make me look at him differently.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Because,
that's the problem.
No.
That's
let
the
me
fucking
finish.
stand.
Let me
that's
finish.
The motherfucking
No.
stand of facts.
No, let me finish.
That's the stand
no,
of
it's
facts.
not. No, it's not. No, it's not a stand of facts. No, it's not a stand of
How
facts.
is it not?
You know why I'm not gonna feel any different about it? Because he did the same shit to Tory Lanez. He did the same shit.
Oh my God.
No. He did the same shit to Meek Mill.
No,
he did
but
the
you
same
cannot
shit.
But no. But
even though he won the rap battle against Meek Mill, but what I'm saying is he did the same shit.
It's different if you win the battle. If you win the rap battle, then yeah, you own that shit. You can talk about that shit whenever you want.
But what I'm saying
but when you lose the rap battle, why is it okay for you to still throw slick disses?
But what I'm saying
it's not.
He's always been that type. Drake has never been, no matter how many problems he had with anybody in the industry,
has never lost a rap battle.
Well, how many rap battles has he had other than me?
Exactly.
That's exactly the point that I was. No. Let me get to that, because that's the point that I was just trying to make. Drake has never been a direct rapper. Like, even when Kendrick called him out on the track.
So let me ask you this. Forget about it being Drake. Think about all the other rap beefs where a rapper literally lost the rap battle. Nigga, you lost. Nigga, I put out a diss. I took your ass out. You did not respond. Then you come out with these songs and you making slick disses. Who condone that shit? Other than their stands. Who's gonna condone that?
No. Because I never said I condoned it. I feel like you putting me in.
But you just
no. I never said I condoned it. I said I'm expecting it, and as a Drake.
But I asked you.
Uh-huh.
I asked you, would you look at him differently? And you said no.
That's not condoning it.
But why? Yes, it is.
No,
why would you not look at him differently?
No, it's not.
For doing
it's
some
not condoning it.
ass shit like that. Why would you?
But that's not condoning it.
That is.
No, that's not.
Okay.
Condoning it is like, oh my God, yes, this nigga. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm saying I'm expecting him to do that because he's never been a direct rap artist, period. No matter who he's had issues with, no matter who has called him out, he's never been direct unless you just literally, like with Meek Mill, with Pusha T, did some shit that you directly said some shit. Now I directly gotta respond. Other than that, all the other rappers that Drake has had issues with, Common, motherfucking, who else?
But
T.I., other artists. He's never been a direct rapper.
Exactly, but you're missing the point. Mm-hmm. The point is Drake has never lost a rap battle until now. So you cannot only had put all rap battles. But you can't put all of the shit when he was subbing all of them other niggas in this same category. Because he's never lost a rap battle to them. So he can sub them all day. He can sub them today.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
He's never lost a rap battle against them. So it's different. It's different when you lose. You take a L. Mm-hmm. It's different. If you take a L, why are you still subbing this person?
I don't think it's necessarily different because, and the reason why I don't think it's different is because
that's just like you get to fighting with somebody, you beat their ass. After you beat their ass, they don't want to fight you no more because they know that you're gonna beat their ass. But they get on Facebook and they get on Twitter and they want to talk all this shit about you after you already done beat their ass. You gonna look at that person like you is a lame ass sucker. Because why you talking shit after I beat your ass? Now put that scenario with what's going on with Drake and Pusha T.
I mean, I get what you're saying 100%. I understand exactly what you're saying.
But you just don't see nothing wrong with it if he does do it.
I don't see the only reason why I don't see nothing wrong with it is because he's always been that. No, it has nothing to do with me being a fan. But what I'm saying is,
I know
he has always been that guy. He's always been that guy. Realistically,
he's always been that guy. He's never took He's never took an L before.
But realistically, as much as I listen to his music, He's always been that guy. So it's just like, it's not surprising. Even with the whole situation with him taking the L, as bad as I wanted him to respond, 50% of me was like, if he don't respond, I would not be surprised. Like, I wouldn't. Just because, as much as I love Drake from underground up until now, he still, at the end of the day, has evolved to something that is completely different from other artists. So I just feel like I expect that. I do. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm going to look at him any differently for doing that, because he's always done that. Motherfuckers, and you know, with the whole subbing shit, it's other artists, even like Tory Lanez, that have been subbing him and saying some disrespectful ass shit. It was never direct, but we knew we was talking about him. And what Drake do? He responded the same way. So it's just like, I'm not... That shit, I knew that I'm expecting that shit at this point. I'm expecting it. And I wouldn't look at him differently because of it, because it's just like... And another reason why, I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here, and I'll admit this. Another reason why I'm not going to look at him differently is because I don't give a fuck about Pusha T. Honestly, I'm 100% gonna be honest,
and that's exactly the point.
I do not give a fuck about Pusha T.
That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Period. So it's like, regardless of how great, it's not biased. It's not biased because guess what? I'm able to admit that he didn't win against Pusha T. I'm able to admit that Pusha T may be lyrically nicer than Drake. I'm able to admit to all of those things, but at the end of the day, Pusha T cannot hold a candle next to Drake. He can't.
And I agree with that.
Because at this day and age, like...
Let me just state that I am not a Pusha T fan. I am not. But I'm still not biased in the situation. Like, you take a L and you sneak this, that shit is lame. I'm going to look at you now. You've never been through a situation like this before. Let's be clear. Drake always been on top. With subbing, direct, it doesn't matter. But you take a L... And hypothetically speaking, you sub this person because he hasn't even subbed him. But if he does, I'm going to look at you a little tiny bit differently. That's just the person that I am. Mm-hmm. Because you're doing some suck-ass shit. I don't give a fuck about what you did in the past. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck about how much I love your music. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck about the fucking artist you done turned into now. Mm-hmm. You do some suck-ass shit, I'm going to look at you like you're a suck-ass person in a way. That's just me. Mm-hmm. But you have people like you who is not going to hold him accountable for doing suck-ass shit.
But what I'm saying,
and I don't
understand why. He's always been that way.
So you're saying he's always been that suck-ass person.
Some part of him has always been that way. Did he slap this man in a fucking nightclub? And I've still been by his side. At the end of the day, I'm just saying.
That's some
T.I. friend then pissed on his friend in the motherfucking movie theater. We found that shit out in the Meek Mill beef. That T.I. friend then pissed on this man friend in the movie theater. So it was like, he's always been associated with some underlying sucker ass shit. I mean, honestly, I'm just a fan of the music. I'm not gonna I get it. I'm not saying that you're wrong. Like, I understand 100% where you're coming from. But if I ain't downed him in all this time, why the fuck am I gonna down him now? Like, with all the other shit that I know, a motherfucker that slapped his ass in the fucking club, and there's footage of it, and everybody's seen it, and he's still...
I honestly forgot about that.
You know, I didn't fucking forget.
I did.
Because it's like, you know what I'm saying?
I forgot about that shit because that shit really don't matter to me.
But that's what I'm saying.
I mean, but when it comes to this rap shit, that shit is what matters to me.
But what I'm saying
all that other shit,
relaying it to the comment about him doing sucker ass shit, like, he's always, some part of him has always been associated with some bullshit. So basically, that's just like, that at this point, know that about him. I'm not surprised.
At this point, you
I'm not surprised.
Okay. So now
you know what I'm saying?
Now I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Before, I never put Drake, like, just automatically know that he's gonna do some suck ass shit. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why our views are different.
I mean, a percentage of me wants to feel like he's a real nigga, but at the end of the day, just because he say real shit don't make him no real nigga.
Yeah,
but I'm still support his music. No, I get it. But I'm just saying, for me,
it's just crazy to me.
That's just how I feel.
And the reason why I'm even saying all of this is because when I'm on social media, people literally
cake for him.
I mean, up his ass, like literally, like Drake can't do no wrong, blah 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 blah. I mean, and I don't even want to use this as an example because Drake has not put out an album where he's sub Pusha T. Like, he hasn't done that yet. So I'm gonna use Nicki and Remy as an example. When that shit came out, but yeah, the Nicki and Remy situation. When Remy came out with Sheetha, like, man, the comments was crazy as fuck. And you had Nicki Minaj stands going from, oh, Nicki gonna respond. She gonna respond. She gonna fucking put Remy in her place. She gonna respond. Then days pass, weeks pass, and she still hasn't responded. Mm-hmm. Then when she came out with her little songs and her features where she's still taking jabs at Remy, mm-hmm. You got motherfucking fans in the comments like condoning the shit, mm-hmm. like loving the shit. Like, she mm-hmm. said this, she said that, she said that. But nobody acknowledged the suck ass shit that Nicki really did mm-hmm. in the situation. And I just feel like that shit is crazy to me. Like, I don't give a fuck if I'm a stan, a fan, or whatever. It's just like, sucker shit is sucker shit. Mm-hmm. Especially in the rap game. And I just feel like you cannot be biased. And people are so fucking biased when it comes to shit like that. But you need to call a fucking spade a spade. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like if Drake comes out and he do the same shit, I just really hope that people hold him accountable for the suck ass shit that he's gonna do. Now, if you already look at him as being a sucker, that's different. That's different. A lot of people don't look at him that way, mm-hmm. which is why I've been stating what I've been stating towards you, because mm-hmm. I didn't know that you already looked at him and that light.
Hey, but you know what? Plot twist, because I already in the back of my mind, I've been sitting here thinking to myself, and I hate to play devil's advocate on my favorite, but I gotta do it.
I do
Who's to say this nigga never had a response? Who's to say this shit is not just a cover up? We don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if that's the story they giving, I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. You know what I'm saying?
I know Drake definitely had a response.
He probably did.
He definitely
but I'm
had
just,
a response.
that's why I say I'm playing devil's advocate. Like,
me hearing,
you know,
me hearing what I thought
he was gonna talk
he
about,
was gonna say, then that
would
shit
have been
is,
like,
yeah, that shit
would have been
like, yeah, that shit was like, yeah, nigga, you alright now.
Finish her.
Right, but it's still like, that shit crazy.
No.
I just don't see how in a rap game people can be so fucking pussy. Mm-hmm. And I hate saying that word. And I'm not even talking about the artists. I'm really talking about the people that support the artists. Mm. Y'all fucking go against your own morals when it comes to these artists.
Yeah.
You got to think about real life situations, shit that you really going through in your life. Because a regular motherfucker like me or you, we can literally get to fighting with a bitch at Walmart. Mm. And I just feel like people lose sight of that. Everybody put their own lives on a caliber as these fucking celebrities, and it's not the same. I just feel like, don't compromise your own morals. You see some sucker shit, you know that shit is not real. Exactly. Why the fuck are you still gonna support that shit? Regardless if you like that person music or not. Be real with the situation. Be real. Because when that Nicki shit happened, I swear those fans, and I still love Nicki. Like, I really do. But we need to call a spade a fucking spade. She took an L, the battle. And she did some sucker shit to Remy. And people don't acknowledge that because people love Nicki so much. A lot of people don't fuck with Remy. But y'all still need to respect the fact that Remy did. She was the real ass bitch in the situation.
She did her shit.
Period.
She did her shit.
And
that's why I said I'm not. Pusha took he took the W. Period.
He took the little W.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, for me, with, like, in comparison with Pusha and Drake and with Remy and Nicki, it's just like, with I guess I view it differently because with Remy, it was warranted. It was like Nicki kept poking her like you, like subbing. But it's like Pusha. All throughout the years, I never really understood what his issue was. You know what I'm saying? I never really understood why he was coming at Drake for all this time. Like with Remy, I knew what it was. But it's like with Pusha, I didn't fucking get it. So it's like...
Yeah, like
the
come up with both of those situations are different. But the end result is the same.
Yeah, so it's like...
The end result is the same.
I view them differently.
I'm not even going to say the end result is the same. We're not going to know if the end result is the same until Drake comes out with his album. That's when we'll know if the end result is the same.
Right.
As of right now, everything is all speculation. We don't know that.
I ain't gonna lie, Nicki flopped hard as a motherfucker
and
when Whitney came out with that shit.
I just hope and pray that Drake does not sub Pusha. Like,
but
that's
you know
my whole responsibility.
Another reason why I don't really compare
what Drake does. Drake's as of right now, Drake may have took an L with the rap battle, but Drake is still on top in my eyes until he does some sucker ass shit like sub Pusha T. I don't give a fuck. The first time I hear a bar where this nigga is subbing Pusha T, I'm gonna feel like nigga, fuck you.
Another reason why too I'm not, it kind of different is because Pusha is lyrically nice. I feel like, and if I'm being honest, I really feel like Pusha went light on Drake. If I'm being honest about Pusha's lyrical skill, I really feel like he stepped his shit down to be on the same playing field with Drake. Right? But it's like with Remy, it was like, fuck this bitch. I'm finna annihilate this bitch. To the point where it's like Nicki, she couldn't stand. Like, her fucking bars about, bitches, you my leader, I'm the son, all this shit, that shit was not gonna last against what Remy was doing. So I just feel like with the whole Drake and Pusha situation, it balanced out. Because even though Drake took a L in the battle, we can still respect him because he put up a fight somewhat. Yeah. That was somewhat, I ain't gonna say equal to, because his fucking Duppy freestyle took that whole motherfucking first shit out. Infrared out. Yeah, it did. Period. But when he came back with Adonis and Drake didn't respond, that was like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like with Remy and Nicki, it's like Remy dropped the whole sheet there and then Nicki came with the motherfucking no frauds. You love bringing up that no frauds. I love Nicki. Barbs don't get me. But what I'm saying is, Remy, I respect Drake and Pusha because they kept it solid. They kept it one-on-one. It's like Nicki had to go get the motherfucking belt with Drake and Wayne, and the song still didn't fucking beat the fucking Sheether disc. It did not. Yeah. And then on top of that, I respect the fact that Remy just went bar for bar for bar for bar for bar for bar. Nicki gave her a few subs in a verse. She tried to back Remy before she even did a diss. Yeah. So it's like,
but that's what I'm saying. That
I honestly just feel
that's how you look at Nicki like that. You look at her like that.
But I feel like with Drake, it was different because he actually, even though he didn't fully complete it, he actually gave a response that was directed at Push. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nicki never did that. She
never did that. Yeah,
she didn't never give a response that was just like directed to Remy full bars. Yeah, which is why I feel like it's not. You know what I'm saying? I like the comparisons is there, but I just feel like I still am able to, like, Nicki, I be taking her out just for that fact because I have so much more faith in her as a rap artist. I've seen her in her early days, and I know that she's able to compete against somebody like Remy if she really tries. But I feel like she didn't really try. I feel like she overestimated her clout in that situation and didn't really take it serious, and it backfired. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Drake, yeah, he responded the first time. At least he responded something. You know what I'm saying? But it's like with her, she was just like,
I'm just saying, the shit can end out very similar. Yeah. Depending upon Drake's next move. I feel like right now you can't really compare the two.
If his album is full of songs that sound like I'm upset, I'm not even gonna lie. It's over. If his album, because I like I'm Upset.
I don't like
But
it.
do I feel like if he come out with an album full of songs like I'm Upset, he's gonna prevail? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not after Pusha T dropped the album he dropped, and I'm not even saying Pusha T album is fire because it's good as fuck. But I've heard better albums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so at the end of the day,
Have you heard Kanye album?
I have not heard Kanye's album. I was gonna call him Yeezy.
Me
I have not heard Kanye's album, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like 25% of me, every time I hear somebody play a clip, I want to hear it, and I always tell myself, I'm gonna just give in and listen. But honestly, it's been a week and a half or so now since it's been out, and I haven't listened to shit.
Maybe I haven't listened.
I haven't listened to shit just because
I haven't been interested in listening to
moral part of me is like overpowering. I know eventually I'm gonna give in and listen to it because the music fan of me is at some point is gonna give in and want to hear it. But right now, where my mindset is, I can't tolerate the bullshit. So it's like right now I'm not pressed to hear it. So sorry, you guys, if you're listening and waiting on us to review Kanye's album.
Yeah,
We're not ready to let this nigga back in our space yet. Like we're not there. So
I feel like the only way I'm gonna listen to it is if you
know,
play it and I'm just there.
We're not there yet.
I'm probably not gonna listen to it on my own time.
We're not there yet. And I'm not even gonna lie, I'm impressed with some of the bars I've heard. I'm impressed, but it's just
I'm
like,
not doubting that this shit
I
is not
can't-
good. I'm just not interested in listening to
you know what I'm saying? Part of me is just like I'm not pressed to hear what this nigga has to say after what he has said about me and my ancestors.
Who gives a fuck what Kanye has to say?
Who gives a fuck what Kanye got to say at a time like this?
Right, like
Going in my house, oh my God, this is terrible. I gotta hear what Kanye got to say.
Right, like nah.
Somebody please find Kanye.
Right, like,
no,
I'm not interested.
for
in
real.
listening to it.
I'm honestly like, you know what I'm saying? Don't hold your breath. It might come weeks later. I'm honestly not really too concerned with what Kanye has going on. Him and Kim can really kiss my ass because I don't have time for their shenanigans. I don't.
I'm done with both of them for the whole
best way
2018
to pay these celebrities, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you don't learn nothing from ever listening to me, the best way to pay these celebrities that don't do shit for you is no attention.
Right.
Period. Pay them hoes dust and let them feel it in their motherfucking bank account. Period. Because as long as these motherfuckers keep making money off of us, guess what? And hell, at this point, with a motherfucker like Kim and Kanye, it don't even motherfucking matter if you stop paying them. Because these motherfuckers is already rich enough to make money for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, I want to make sure these motherfuckers never get a stream dime, nothing off of me. Period.
Right.
Period. I will not be a part of the motherfuckers that's helping them motherfuckers continue to grow richer when a motherfucker like me is setting payment arrangements all the motherfucking time. So, fuck they ass. Period. The both of them can kiss my ass. Kanye can get the left cheek. Kim can get the right cheek. Fuck y'all. So, that's all I gotta say about that. But since we was on the topic of Nicki, I do want to say, like, have you seen... You know what? I really do just want to point out the fact, and I'm not even going to say their name. I'm going to try to disguise their name the best as I can. But The Mess Room, right? Mm-hmm. Every fucking year, they print the same story. Sometimes I've noticed it. Like, within the last, I'll say 2 to 3 years, I've noticed it. I think the motherfucker that's behind The Mess Room hates Lil' Kim. Because... Mm-hmm. Every year, they're always reporting a story about her either going broke, foreclosing, or just like, now that's the first time today I seen a story about them ever saying something about her filing for bankruptcy. But I've always seen stories that they post about her going broke or foreclosing on a property. And it's just like, what the fuck issue do you have with Lil' Kim? Like,
they're saying of Nicki Minaj. I mean,
I've seen them
some
report.
of the reporters that's behind that room. We already know some of them. We went to school with one of them, and like, they're Nicki Minaj fans.
And you know what's crazy? Like, I've seen them report on other people, so I don't want to make it seem like it's all about Lil' Kim. It's all about Lil' Kim. This, that, and the third. But I mean, you report on this multiple times. Mm-hmm. Like I've seen them report about Tisha, Dwayne, Campbell, Martin, whatever.
And then
I've seen them report about. You know what I'm saying?
It don't even be true.
Motherfucking rich people file bankrupt all the time. Hell, Donald Trump filed bankrupt every year, and that's to get out of paying motherfucking shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like, depending on what chapter of bankruptcy you file, if you're not filing, 11 or chapter 9, you're not really broke.
And then some people don't.
So
sometimes that shit don't even be true.
At the end of the day, I just really feel like y'all keep reporting the same story about Lil' Kim, and it's just like, yeah, I'm starting to get fucking annoyed. Like, the fact that I had to see Lil' Kim get on live when she was underdressed and under makeup, whatever the fuck you want to call it. She was underbeat and underdressed. I don't want to see my legend defending herself. I don't want to see my legend on there. First of all, her eyebrows was looking like motherfucking Jigsaw on the motherfucking... You know what I'm saying? And I love Lil' Kim. I'm never here for no Lil' Kim bashing. Yeah, that's period. True. Because I feel like her soul is just so sweet, and I hate how people already drag her enough. You know what I'm saying? With the whole Nicki Minaj shit. I don't want to be a part of tearing other black women down. Honestly, and I know that's so cliche to say, but I really genuinely in my heart feel that way about Lil' Kim when I see people talk about her, because it's like, Nicki Minaj came in, it's like people just said fuck Lil' Kim and fuck what she talking about. She ain't shit. Fuck her. She a hater. And that's not the fucking case. You know, real motherfuckers is in the motherfucking music industry that pay attention to what's going on. We know what happened with Baby and Slim and Kim and Nicki and all that shit. But you know, I'm not getting on no train for that shit, because I know at one point in time I was a little girl and I used to love Lil' Kim. And I knew her songs, and you know, so I'm not going to discredit her in that way. It just irritates me that someone of her stature has to get on a fucking live and be like, I'm not fucking broke. She ain't say that verbatim, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I got something for y'all. Like, come on now. Like, come on now. Enough is a fuck enough. Like, enough is a fuck enough. Like, motherfuckers in the comments like Nicki somewhere dying laughing. And it's just like, the shit is not fucking funny. Like, even if I'm pretty sure she's not financially struggling, but even if she was, why the fuck is that some shit to laugh at?
If she was, I feel like Nicki cannot laugh right now.
The fuck can she say?
She need to worry about putting out her album.
The fuck that she pushed back because her single got stolen from her. Oops.
She needs to worry about that rather than...
I heard her single went to Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, I heard the single that she was gonna do. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z and Beyonce bought it. Wow. So that's why she pushed her album back, because her single that was gonna be the single was taken from her. Wow. So now she's back to the drawing board because the album is done. She back to the drawing board because she got to find a single that's gonna stick and sell her album. Wow. So that's why she pushed her album back. And this is all allegedly, before somebody come for me. Yeah. But that's what I heard.
We know it's true.
So
our sources.
That's why she pushed that motherfucking. That's why she pushed that motherfucking album back, because she ain't got a lead single no more.
That was dumb.
And that's why she was all humble as fuck on the fucking shit. Like, you know what? I want to push my album back to August 10th. Nah, bitch.
I just feel like,
if you ain't got it by now, baby, just drop what you got. Right. That's what I feel like.
Come
shit.
On now.
At this day and age,
how long are we
look at the motherfuckers
wait?
is out here dropping music, baby. I don't give a fuck. Hell, 6ix9ine out here on the fucking billboards for what? Cause I ain't gonna lie, I be watching interviews, entertained as fuck. He like, I'm 7 for 7 on the billboard. I can't even name one song this motherfucker got. So guess what, baby, the shit gonna sell with the fan base that you got and with the fan base that 6ix9ine got. Your shit is gonna sell regardless. So at the end of the day, Nicki, you don't need the money. You don't. Put out what the fuck you want to put out. Mm-hmm. Why you feel like you gotta be pressured by
you already done
your
put
label?
Out shit that was trash.
But then again, too, I think
if your album is good as fuck, like you saying it is, you got Future on your live saying that the shit is fucking fire.
Everybody that's heard my album heard it was fire. Said it was fire.
Then just put it the fuck out.
But I just feel like Nicki, like,
why are you trolling your own album.
Put it out for real.
Put that shit out there. We already know it's done. But
like,
you trying to wait for the perfect time?
We're in this day and age where it's like, put it the fuck out. We don't give a fuck about no grand rollout. I mean,
honestly, I don't.
I appreciate a grand rollout in this time and
I
age.
feel like she already done did a
If
grand
it's
rollout
done right.
with her 2 fucking songs, Chung Lee and Barbie Teen.
Like,
I feel like we already done seen your grand rollout. Just give us the fucking album. Like, stop playing at this point.
you know, like, if it's done right, I appreciate a grand rollout. But at the end of the day, Nikki, I don't want to wait until August for music from you when I've already been waiting about 3 or 4 years.
Right. And I just feel like, why are you constantly talking about
the last album she dropped was in what, 2014?
Yeah, 2014.
It's 2018, my
That was
nigga.
4 years ago.
You know how many years we didn't let slide? Baby, I don't give a fuck what you put out at this point. If it's a motherfucking EP, put the shit out.
Right.
I don't fucking care.
Come on, Queen of Rap.
Exactly.
Drop that
How you
album.
gonna be the queen of rap, dominating the shit that's going on right now, and you're not even putting out music in this day and age?
Yeah.
In this day and age,
Yeah.
not like it was in the '90s where you could put an album out every 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No. When motherfuckers was still touring on the tour bus and shit. No.
Come on, Queen.
When you international and you got a motherfucking streaming site at the palm of your hands, drop that shit. There's no reason why we should not be hearing new music from Nicki Minaj. We haven't heard new music from Nicki Minaj in how long? And don't fucking get on me about the Barbie Teens and Chun Li shit and the No Frauds and the Regretting Your Tears. All that. The shit was trash, really. I'm not saying they're trash because I do. Well, fuck, time out. I do not listen to Regretting Your Tears, and I do not.
That was trash.
I do
That
not
was
listen
trash.
to Changed It.
Chung Lee and
I do
Barbie
not
Teens,
listen to No
I
Frauds.
fuck with those songs right there. But Regretting Your Tears, she lost with that shit. I don't give a fuck who she is. She lost with that shit. I was not feeling that song. I listened to that song one time. And that, it wasn't even, you know them type of songs where you gotta listen to it and you tell yourself, I gotta listen to it again so it grow on me.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to that shit and I did not even want to hear it again. I did not want to see the video. I did not want to hear the shit. Like I didn't. There was no second play. There was no second play at all.
Okay, so we gotta wrap this up. We got 3 more topics.
Yeah.
We got 3 more topics.
Well, we have to make this one extra long for y'all because we haven't recorded anything in a minute. So,
but I do also want to, while we're on the topic of Young Money artists, shouts out and congratulations to Lil Wayne.
For what?
Yay! He won against Birdman. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean
what did he win?
That $10 million, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's gonna. That don't necessarily mean that he's gonna get the $10 million that he was suing for, because we all know how lawsuits go. You can sue and win against somebody all day. That don't mean you necessarily gonna get the money, but you know, if ever comes the situation where he needs to garnish Birdman checks or whatever to get his money, he now has that legal playground to do so. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he's gonna get his money, but I definitely want to just say congratulations to him. Shouts out to him because he can now release the Carter 5 and Carter 6, right?
I don't know.
Carter 5 was the one with Amelie.
Girl.
No, that was not. That was the Carter 4, right? No. The Carter 4 was the one with Carter 4 was 6ix9ine.
I thought that and Amelie was on the same album. Ain't that song and Amelie on the same album?
No, baby. Nah, because that's the one with How to Hate a Bitch and everything.
Honestly,
and then right.
I don't
So Carter
know.
3, Carter 4, Carter 5. So yeah, Carter 5 is what we waiting on because Carter 3 has the Millie
and mixtapes. I'm kind of confused.
The Carter Carter 2 was Fireman, all that. Carter 3 was a Millie and all that. Carter 4 was and the song he had with Rick Ross and all that. That was that album because I listened to that in high school. So Carter 5, I'm sorry y'all, bear with us while we get our technologicals out. But the Carter 5 is what he finally got able to release. Now,
well, I hope that shit is good.
So motherfuckers are excited. Like from what I've seen online, motherfuckers are excited. Like, yes, we've been waiting on this for years. True Wayne fans, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Lil Wayne. Salute to Lil Wayne. I'm so glad he free from that contract. Free my nigga Wayne. My nigga free. So
I hope his album is good.
All puns intended with what I'm saying. But I'm glad that he's able to do that. Hopefully, you know what? I'm not even going to say, like, for a long time, and we used to listen to Lil Wayne all the time. For a long time, I got to the point where I honestly didn't care to hear his music. But I honestly want to hear what he has to say. Only because I'm so fucking tired of all these new rap artists in the game. Like,
his last mixtape was good, though.
Yeah, it was.
And it did not get the recognition that it deserved. That shit was fire. Like, that shit really was. Now, some songs on it I could have done without. But for the most part, that shit was good.
But I feel like it's always, from now on, from this point, I've come to the conclusion that it's always going to be like this for us with rap artists that we like. Because, hey, the new era has already taken over. We got artists like, you know what I'm saying, 6ix9ine, Trippie Redd, Lil Xan, motherfucking Lil Pump. Lil Xan, Lil Pump.
What the hell song he has?
Baby, I don't know, but I know he exists. Because I've seen niggas talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Is he a singer?
No, he's a rapper. You got NBA YoungBoy. You got XXXTentacion. So, the new wave has already taken over, whether we know it or not. You know what I'm saying?
I know that
I'm living in a world that exists in my era.
When I fucking heard... No, you want to know what song really be like? I mean, that shit literally makes me feel like I'm old.
What?
That fucking song by Famous Dex, Japan.
Yeah.
When I hear that song, and I'm not old at all.
Where he be like, what he say it again?
He be like, baby girl, what you doing?
What you ain't it? No.
That song
that song's trash.
When I listen to that song, I be laughing.
Cause it's so trash. Cause it's so trash.
It's so comical.
It's so trash.
I be like, what the fuck was he thinking?
It's so trash. Like, it's so trash. It's trash as fuck.
And it be making me feel like, damn, what did I just listen to?
Trash.
So, yeah.
The new wave has already taken over. And we're, you know what? We're 90s babies. And we're just urging on into the millennial phase. Because these millennials finna show us how it's done. Period. At this point, we're the last to come out of that century. So, they finna show us how it's done. So, last two topics. I want to get into... I'll talk about this one first. So, I do want to get into Delivered having a girlfriend now. Because it's just a topic. And
wait a minute. What?
The nigga's like, I'm delivered. He's not gay no more. You don't remember?
Oh, I don't know.
Gosh. The ones that I'm not delivered. I'm delivered. I'm not gay no more.
Is he the one who was in the classroom who made that song?
No, he was in
That's
a church.
Why I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, so this was just like a random person.
Yes, you don't. Okay. You know him when you see him though. Like, you know him.
Is he like Instagram famous?
Facebook really is where he got his fame from, but he spread it to, Instagram and Twitter and all that because of course he had that video come out that's like, I'm delivered.
I've never
delivered
seen that
with a T.
Shit.
You've seen it.
I haven't.
You've seen it. Hold on, let me.
I have not seen it.
He's the guy.
Nope.
Tracy.
I have no idea who he is.
So you have not. He's been like a sensation on the internet for like the last 2 years, because the first video evolved with him saying, "I'm delivered," with the T, and he's like saying he's not gay anymore. He was coming out against Cordell Stewart, saying that him and Cordell Stewart had a relationship.
Nope.
The Cordell Stewart that Pusha was with.
I know who Cordell is, but
you don't remember that when he had to come out
about somebody saying that they was involved with Cordell, but I never knew who the person was.
So you never seen what he looked like?
I do not know who that nigga is. I've never seen
no video about him. Like Cordell had to release the whole press release, everything.
What he do? Like, what about him?
Basically, so my thing is this: how do you feel about, because so since you don't really remember him, I'ma just make it general, right? So how would you feel if you had there was a guy and he was gay, like he's been gay all his life, and he went to jail.
Why he had to go to jail?
I'm sorry, I'm thinking about something else.
Yeah.
So he went to church. Church and jail is kind of one the same, but I ain't gonna get into that.
No.
I'm not gonna get into that for this podcast. That's a different conversation for a different topic. But he went to church and he delivered himself, and he's no longer gay. Mm-hmm. He now has a girlfriend that he's flaunting around, and of course, people on social media like joking or whatever. My question is, it's not the obvious question. Mm-hmm. Because I know you're going to be like, hell no, I would not date a nigga that used to be gay. Mm-hmm. But, let's say, for example, the roles were reversed. Mm-hmm. And you had a daughter. Mm-hmm. And her nigga was gay. And then he went to church. And he said he's not gay no more. Mm-hmm. And your daughter said, oh, I really want to marry this man. Mm-hmm. What would you do?
Okay, so the motherly instinct in me is, of course, going to support what my daughter wants to do, regardless. If she wants to marry this man who used to be gay, I can't tell her not to. I can give her my opinion on it, but at the end of the day, if she wants to marry this man, I'm going to have to support her because that's my child. But I would give my opinion on it, which is, how can you want to even be with somebody who used to get fucked?
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Or he might have been doing the fucking. Let me ask you this, though. Do you feel like?
Sorry.
Sorry. We love all the queens. We love you all.
I'm not trying to make nobody feel uncomfortable. That's just my opinion on it. I would just I'm not attracted
to a man that likes another man. And there's nothing wrong with that.
You have women out there who do not care.
They don't have a preference.
You have women out there. You ever watched I'm not sure if some of you guys have watched it who's listening, but Jane the Virgin. Mm-hmm. Towards the end, like the new seasons that came out, mm-hmm. she found out that somebody who she was dating used to be gay. Mm-hmm. And she didn't care. She didn't. I mean, throughout the episode, it bothered her, but she tried to look past that. You have some women out there who don't see nothing wrong with it. They feel like, okay, you dealt with a man, you don't see gender when you fall in love. But you have other women like me.
I like how you put that. You don't see gender when you fall in love.
Yeah,
that
you
was
don't.
really nicely put. I like that.
Shout out to me for saying that.
I like that.
But you have women like me who I will instantly be unattractive to you if I found out that you were dealing with another man. Like, period. I can be, and I wholeheartedly say this because I just know me as a person. I know what the fuck I will do and what I will not do. I can be in love with this person and he tells me that he used to be gay and I'm gonna instantly not love him no more. And I know people be saying like, you cannot control love. You cannot control love. But yes, you can. You can control your feelings. Mm-hmm. They're yours. I hate when people be like, you can't control who you fall in love with. Yes, you can.
Well, I don't necessarily want to say that you can control it. What I will say is, if you are a woman of integrity, a woman of morale, and a woman of power, right?
Yeah. So let me not say that. Standards. Yeah, let me change that.
You have standards.
You probably can't control your love.
You have standards.
Probably can't, but you can control your own actions.
You have standards,
and
there are certain standards that you are not willing to overlook for
love.
Period.
And me, I just will not be comfortable with it. I just feel like for a man, when you decide that you want to deal with the same sex, that's something that you kind of cannot back out of. For me. That's just for me. I feel like it is different from women, and I don't care. Yeah, it's a double standard. It is a double standard. Sometimes that's just how life is. Some shit don't apply to everything. Some just because it's two different. We have hormones that are fucking different. That's why we have men, and that's why we have women. We have genetic makeups that are different. So, and I'm in medical school, so I know what the fuck is going on. And I just feel like when a man decides that he wants to go that route where he wants to have sexual intercourse with another man, I just feel like that's something that you cannot backpedal from. Yeah, physically you probably will start fucking with women, but inside, to the core, you're still gonna be attracted to men. Yeah, that's who you are. Still gonna be attracted to men. That's who you are. And I just feel like, I mean, hey, people say religion is powerful. You know, I know that religion is definitely very powerful for some people,
but it cannot change who you are.
It cannot change
who you are, baby.
It cannot change.
It cannot change who you are.
Cannot be delivered with the T from being gay. I'm sorry.
And even in the video, people was clowning him because in the video when she was like kissing on him, it's like he threw his head back like a bitch. He was like, oh my God. I'm so gone with the wind. Like he threw it back and she was kissing on him on his neck. And it's just like,
I feel like
what about that attracts you? Unless you're a dominant woman.
But you have some women who like men who are
weak as fuck.
I don't even want to say weak. I want to say feminine. You have some women who like a feminine man. Why? I don't know. But they do. Can't judge them for that. I don't. But
yeah.
You have some women. And I ain't even going to just say what I was about to say because that's very distasteful. But you have some women who are okay with that. They like that shit. That's some shit that turns them on.
Yeah. I can't.
But I just feel like with you trying to use religion as being your reasoning for why you decided to change your sexual preference, I feel like that's a deeper issue. And I feel like at the end of the day, you know how you're going to be judged by God. You believe in God, you know how you're going to be judged. So I just feel like he should definitely look at the bigger picture. Because at the end of the day, God knows when a facade is a facade.
Period.
And I feel like you cannot use something as religion to change your sexual preference because God know that shit is not real. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Period.
Like literally,
if you gonna
even
die,
God know that shit is not real.
If you gonna die, you might as well die being you,
right?
Than another motherfucker,
right? So
period.
Hey, it is what it is.
And that's a spiritual word for your ass. Right. Because, baby, he gonna see through all that when you get to them gates.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day. And
I honestly think that is sick for him to display it on social media.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like it's a very, 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 very sick for him to do something like that. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
You know what?
I feel like it's crazy.
If he had if he had a different approach, like maybe if he was more vulnerable and said, "Oh my God,
maybe
I'm trying to change," I don't want to be this way. I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying?
But the way that you, because I've never seen the video.
No. But the way I'm telling you is exactly the way he's doing it. It's like
a meme type effect. Like, it's not serious. It's not like, real.
Oh my God.
I feel like people
I don't want to do this. I want to, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like people play on religion a lot. And I just do not find it tasteful at all. Yeah. I literally do not. Me, I am religious.
It's people that live, breathe, and die by
this. I don't go to church. You know, I don't go to church every Sunday. And those are for my own personal reasons, my own personal beliefs. I do not go to church. I do believe in God. And I just feel like when you play on something as far as religion, I just feel like it's crazy. It's crazy. And it just makes me not even care about anything that you got going on, anything that you're trying to do. This could be something that is really serious for him. Yeah. But for me, I'm gonna look at it as
we'll never know because of how he parading it.
Right.
We'll never know.
Joke. And I just feel like religion is just something that you should not play with. I honestly feel like
very lackluster.
Religion should be banned. Like, you should not be able to display your religious beliefs on social media. Honestly, that's how I feel. I really, you know how you go to class?
I don't know about all that.
You know how you go to class and they state that you should not talk about your political or religious beliefs? I feel like that should be the same way for social media. I feel like you should not be able to post certain shit in regards to religion and make it as a joke.
The only reason why I don't agree with it is because I don't agree that it should be done that way in schools. So I'm on the opposing side of the fence because I don't feel like you know how they say you should keep church and state separate. I've never been that person that feels like church and state should be
you gotta think about it like this. What if you had a teacher who was teaching you who did not believe in God?
I mean, I get that. I do. But I feel like whatever you worship should supersede whatever somebody is trying to penetrate or put into you.
But it doesn't work like that.
You're right. It doesn't.
Especially some people, with education.
For some people, you're right. For some people who have different mindsets. But for me, that's why I agree and disagree. I'll say I agree with the fact that they keep it separate is because everybody doesn't have the mentality like me. So I get why it would need to be separate. But for me personally, I honestly feel like, and I mean, I like the fact, I'm going to go ahead and backpedal and say, I like the fact that we have schools that are solely based on religion. Yeah. Because in a public school, you're right. It shouldn't be combined. Because in a public school, it's like, you know, it's whatever.
That's one
But
thing
you have the option to go to, you know,
that's one thing that I solely agree on when it comes to education. That's probably one of the only things that I agree with. That you should not disclose religion, period. Think about all the teachers and professors that you had in your life. They're not like you.
I'm pretty sure the majority of the teachers I had probably do not believe in God.
And it's not even that they don't believe in God, but it's just I'm just saying the shit that they probably do believe in. I'm pretty sure. The shit that they probably do believe in. And it's just like, okay, yeah, you can use yourself as an example where people don't have the same mindset as you, but you got to think about it like this. Think about the professors and the teachers that you've had while you were in school. What if they fucking displayed their religion?
I'm pretty sure that 95% of my teachers don't believe in God. And I'm pretty sure that 95% of my teachers probably, I'll say in the past, probably had disagreed with a lot of the major movements that I was with. Honestly.
So why do you feel like it should not be disclosed in school?
What I'm saying is, I feel like
why do you agree with
the reason why I feel like I'm against separation is because I feel like separation when it comes to matters like that is only sheltering us from what's really out there in the real world. Because guess what? In the real world, a motherfucker that don't agree with what you're saying, they're gonna voice that. They're gonna act on that. So I just feel like when you go to a public school, I'm not against them talking about it, but I feel like they should address it in some way. Because no matter what in life, you're going to experience situations where you're going to be faced with people that do not agree with your spiritual beliefs, your human rights, your sexuality. You're gonna experience that, and I feel like by separating
you're gonna experience that, but you only in school when you're in fucking middle school, elementary.
But what I'm saying is, of course, in middle school, elementary. I'm not gonna say middle school, but I'll say elementary. It's not really a target, but like in middle school and high school, when you're coming of age. These are things that I feel like really need to be discussed. Because honestly, I feel like a lot of children go down the wrong path because they're not given realistic expectations. And I'm not saying that means full on this, that, and the third. But I feel like at some point they need to be introduced to something.
By their teacher.
By their teacher.
So you okay with sending your child to a school where you know that the teacher is in there talking about atheism?
Well, back in the day, that's how it was, and our parents turned out fine.
But you're okay with that, though, with your child?
Yes, because the only reason why I'm okay with it is because I know me as a parent, I would be able to discuss those matters with my children. I would be able to talk to them about what they're learning. Other parents, I can't necessarily speak the same because you have certain children that live certain lifestyles who they may not afford that same relationship. Just like me. When I used to come home from school, I was the oldest child. My parents was never at home when I came home from school. And I had to look after my little brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So, I get all of that. But I honestly feel like as a nation, we have to evolve if we're going to prepare our children for what's to come. Like, we have to evolve.
Me personally, I don't want somebody who I don't know, a teacher, talking to my child about religion. I don't care if we're on the same path as far as religion.
I don't want them to teach my child the religion, but what I'm saying is...
I'm not talking about teaching them. I'm talking about just in everyday class, part of your religion, you're going to place that on my child. You're going to disclose that information with my child.
No.
That,
but I definitely feel like it should be discussed.
Okay.
What
should be discussed?
Okay, let me clarify.
What should be discussed?
What I'm saying is, we should teach about what different religions are for. We should not enforce or impose our religious beliefs on the children.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is,
so we're talking about.
But this is what I'm saying. Things. But with separation of church and state, it makes it to where you cannot discuss it at all. I feel like there should be some limitations to what is being discussed and what is not being discussed. Because
I just feel like in school. Where the fuck did my shit go? I just feel like in school, you don't need to be talking to my child about religion regardless. We don't need to have a class where we're talking about religion. I feel like religion is something that you should only learn about the different religions through your parents. It's some shit that y'all need to leave. I feel like they're good about doing that. Leaving
but what I'm saying is
shit that your parents need to teach you at home versus shit that you need to learn in school by somebody who you
But what I'm saying is
religion is something that is very sensitive.
It is.
Why should we have a class in school where they're teaching about the different religions? Like, that shit is controversial.
It is, but what I'm saying is, what about those children who don't have parents at home?
Okay, I understand that, but you gotta think about it like this. School is not a shelter.
It's not. You're right. It's not a shelter.
School is not a shelter.
But at the same time, I don't think that
going on in schools, and you want to leave it up to a motherfucker.
But what I'm saying is
about the different religions.
I don't think that. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that teaching about the basic principles of religion is going to steer some other shit. I feel like when you teach them about religion and try to enforce them on some other shit.
Take them to the different.
And you know why I feel this way? Honestly, you know why I feel this way is because, and I have this thought to myself all the time. It's a lot of religions in the world that I do not know about. That in my mind,
first of all,
I wish I would have had someone to teach me, because a lot of this shit should be common knowledge.
First of all, religion,
Mm-hmm.
that is something that as a person you come about to learn. This is something that you're spiritually connected with. This is the path that you want to follow for your life. Nobody should be able to teach you that unless you choose to learn about this shit. When you're young, you're in school. Even when you're in high school, you in high school, you what, 15, 16, 17? Nobody should be talking to you about religion, period. Because guess what? That is something for you to decide. You have so many children where they have no choice but to be brought up on the religion that they were taught by their parents. And I just feel like when you're in high school or when you're in school, period, religion is something that you need to do outside of school. That's a path that you decide to take as an individual. A motherfucker could teach you the differences about religion, and you're still gonna choose what path you decide to go down. I just feel like it's too controversial to try to teach motherfuckers about the different religions. I feel like that's something either your family needs to talk to you about, or you need to discover that shit on your own. I've been to a Catholic school before, and it's still shit that I just don't. I wouldn't have wanted my child to go through. I didn't have a choice but to go to this Catholic school. I would have never, like, if I was to have a child, I'm not sending my child to Catholic school. I'm going to send them to public school where religion is not a course. We don't have to learn about this. Like, it's just too, in my opinion, it's just too controversial. I just feel like, why the fuck would you have somebody who you don't know trying to teach your child about the different types of religions? I feel like that's something that you need to have a talk with your child when they're mature enough to even talk about something like that.
Well, yes. Certain things I agree with, certain things I disagree with. Like, yeah, I get that religion is not a topic that you want to put on idle minds like someone who's in 5th to 8th grade. I get that. It should be a high school class, and maybe it should be optional if you want to take it.
Yeah, it should be
but what
optional.
I'm saying is giving them that window to explore it gives them something to look forward to, because a lot of times some certain religions, you know what I'm saying, like in America we only have I'm not going to say we only have, but what I'm saying is only certain religions are played in the high spot. You know what I'm saying? We have Muslims, we have Christians, and we have Jewish people, and we have Catholic people. That's it. Outside of that, there are so many other religions in the world. And I feel like a lot of the times, and this is my opinion, a lot of times these kids and children out here don't have shit that they can relate to. They don't have shit that, like me personally, when I read the scripture of the Lord, I literally feel like it relates to my life in some part. Like when I read it, I feel like it makes me feel like I'm connected to this. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times people just say they're atheists because they cop out, because they don't have nothing that they can relate to. They have nothing that they feel like is relative to them. But there are so many religions in the world. There's no way that you can say that there is nothing that you can hold on to help you get through what you're going through, or just life period in general. So I really feel like religion is something that should be openly discussed, because the longer that we have a world where religion is not openly discussed, it's easier for the devil. And me personally, I say that with the religion that I was brought up in. For other religions, it may be different, but for how I was brought up, it's easier for the devil to attack an idle mind than a mind that's strong and secure and solid. So I say that it should be an optional course. It should not be something that's required, but it should be something that's it should not be something that's required, but it should be something that's offered to those children, to those like-minded young youth who want something to learn about, because I think it's something that's worth talking about? Out of all the motherfucking requirements and curriculum that they give us, I feel like religion is one of those things that we should really be obligated to choose from. Even if you don't feel like it's something that should be necessary every day in life of school, I get that. Because I understand how it would feel to be a parent and, send your child to school and they learn about shit that you may not necessarily feel like it's appropriate for them to learn. Which is why I wouldn't recommend it for middle school, elementary children. But in high school, I feel like it should be a course that children should be able to pick and learn, just like they do in high school. Because, honestly, it's something that I feel like will keep a lot of these children grounded. Whether it's Catholicism, whether it's, Pentecostalism, whether it's this, that, and the third. Like, I feel like it's something that our children should be able to grasp onto because it's going to help them mold their morals. Because a lot of these children and youth that's coming out these days do not have no morals. They don't have nothing. They don't have nothing that's giving them a right and wrong. And I'm not saying that you gotta live in a world where shit is right and wrong, but what I'm saying is you should have some type of moral compass. And a lot of times religion gives people a moral compass. It gives them a sense of humility.
But my
so
thing
a
is
lot
this,
of times,
what makes you think that religion is something that a teacher can teach in a school?
I'm not saying that a teacher can teach you about the religion, but what I'm saying is they can teach you the basics. They can say in this religion they believe da 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 da. Everything else after that is up to you as the individual what you take from that. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not for you, it's not for you. You're not going to get it whether I paint it with rainbows or give it to you with a fucking bag of rocks. You know what I'm saying? If you connect with it, you connect with it. That's why I feel like if you're going to be in high school or college, you should be able to choose.
In college, you have a choice.
Yeah, you do.
I'm talking about in
But what
high
I'm saying,
school.
in high school, I feel like it should be something that is optional. Because think about it like this. With the rate of suicides, especially with children in that age going up, they should have something to look forward to. They should have something to give them faith. They should have something to give them light. Something to make them feel connected in some type of way. Even if they don't feel connected with the people that they go to school with every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me personally, I really feel like the separation of church and state to some aspect is not always for the greater benefit when it comes to certain things. Because these children that are killing themselves are missing. They have a void that's empty. They don't have nothing to look forward to. Their family life sucks. Their home life sucks. Their school life sucks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, give them something to think about. These stories that we read about in these different religions are about different trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? Even the Bible is not perfect. The Bible is man-made. But there are stories in there that are built specific to that religion that we believe in that give us hope. So I just really feel like religion is not something that we should cancel out. I feel like it's what has in turn driven our nation into a fucking circus ring. Because it's like, at the end of the day, your parents are busy. 95% of these parents out here is busy. Everybody is not at home all day with their children or thinking about what their children think about. It's sad to say, even though they should be, they're not. So it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like at some point, school is not their responsibility. But at the end of the day, they should try to put something like that matters instead of feeding us a bunch of bullshit that does not fucking matter. Like, you making me take classes that have absolutely shit to do with my life. You're making me take classes and require these credits that have absolutely nothing to do with the fundamental and basic principles of life. This shit is not teaching me how to get through life. You know what I'm saying? It's not teaching me shit. I can say, and me personally, it's my own experience, I can say I've been a straight A and B student all my life. That shit didn't fucking help me in life. Period. It didn't help me do shit. It helped me I mean, it helped me be a critical thinker. I learned how to better evaluate, better express myself. I learned how to, you know what I'm saying? I learned that shit. Yeah, I get that. But as far as life skills and just morale and thinking, that shit didn't fucking help me. So it's like, I feel like that is something that will really balance out your moral compass as a human being. Just having something that you are gravitating to that puts you in a positive space rather than a negative space. That's just me. That's how I feel about this. I don't even know how we got on the separation of the church and state.
I don't agree with that though.
But I really feel like, you know, even if it is in class, it don't have to be like if you do this, it's right or wrong. It should be, you know.
I just feel like that's not what school is for.
True. But at the end of the day,
if you're saying that that's what school should be, then that's different. I just don't think that that is what school is for. School is not for that.
I think that's what it should be. And honestly, I feel like when they changed that, that really turned our society into something else. Because all they did by taking that out was give us a bunch of bullshit that we didn't need. All they did by removing that from schools, and I mean, I get it, at one point in time probably was heavily influencing children to be this and children to be that. I'm not saying that if we bring it back, we should be influencing children to be one way over the other. But I'm just saying, give them a choice to know. Because a lot of times, all the religions that I named, I know those are the most mainstream religions that everybody know about. But people like us probably don't even know that there's other religions in the world. They probably think that's the only thing out there. You know what I'm saying? If they don't relate to it, it's like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn. Let them know. You know what I'm saying? Expand our horizons. But just above and beyond religion, period. Just even, I can say the same thing for history. I can say the same thing for math. I can say the same thing for science. Like, it's so much shit that our schools are lacking. That I really just feel like, you know, religion is one thing. We're going to go into separation of church and state. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But I really just feel like, you know, our public schools, our schooling period in the United States of America is trash. It's trash. Honestly, like, and I feel like that more and more every day, because I know me personally, I always try to think about, like, what did I learn? Like, yeah, some teachers that I commend for teaching me basic shit, and those teachers, I remember them by their name. But it's like a lot of shit, the basic fundamentals of life, I didn't have nobody teach me that shit. Like, that was shit I had to get on my own. You know what I'm saying?
That is
it'd
what
be
life
nice
is about,
if you had.
though.
But what I'm saying,
you can't
it'd
expect somebody to teach you everything about life.
You're right. You're right.
That's not what
you're
school
right,
is
and
for.
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it'd be nice if you have teachers that open your horizons to different shit. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying that school is a life guide and it should be helping you be the person that you are. But what I'm saying is, it'd be nice if you have teachers that speak to you about shit that actually matters, rather than just reading curriculum from a board of people that vote on, oh, this is important and we need to give this to our students. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
It'd be
I
nice.
understand that, but I just feel like you need to be realistic. That's not how education is. Education hasn't been like that for years. When you have children,
no,
guess what?
But what I'm saying, it started out that way, but over time, laws were created that changed it.
That's what I'm saying. It hasn't been like that for years and years and years.
That's why I said it'd be nice if we had that.
We don't.
It'd be nice. Like,
we don't.
I
so
feel like those are
like
the important shit
like
that matter.
With our world today, if you was to have a child today, are you comfortable with your child going to school where
I'm not?
Okay, that's the point.
Honestly, I'm not.
You be
honestly, I'm not.
You be talking about what you would like to happen, which I 100% agree with, but you be out of reality sometimes.
No, I mean, I understand 100% what's going on in reality, but I'm giving my opinion and what I would like to see happen. We was talking about the separation of religion and the church and state, and I don't agree with it.
The most
Period. I don't. Like, me, honestly, I contemplate all the time in my mind. Like, if, God forbid, you know, or when he says my time is coming, when I have a child, I always contemplate in my mind, you know, whether you know it or not, if I want my child to go to public school. Because I don't.
Definitely.
I don't.
In
a lot of
today's
times
society,
I contemplate.
I don't want to have
not
a
even
child.
even if it was 10 years ago. Like, well, I can't say
10
years
years
ago
ago,
because I was
right,
not a
that's
child.
what
I
I'm
was a child.
saying. Like,
but what
come
I'm
on
saying
now,
is,
speak
like,
facts.
I mean, it's factual. But what I'm saying is, like, I really just don't want my child to be a part of, like, the curriculum that I had was trash. And I had some really good teachers. So I know if I feel like that about my education, who's to fucking say what's coming for my child? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm able to fucking evaluate some of the shit that was changed before I came along. And it's like certain shit that I'm able to really digest and be like, no, that's not cool. No, I don't like that. No, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. I know we dwelling on that topic, but I'm off that. I really don't have nothing to say about that. We just gonna end that on a agree to disagree note. But the last topic that I had, because we need to wrap this up, we got about 10 minutes left that we can spare. Tokyo and Spice. There was a clip that came out with Tokyo and Spice arguing. And it really, like, hurts my heart to say this, but basically, like, they was arguing, and they was at a restaurant, and, you know, they asked Tokyo, like, if she was hungry or some shit, like, you know, we gonna eat. No, they ain't ask her. I will correct myself. They said, you know, we at brunch, and we gonna have a good time. And Spice said, well, I don't think she needs nothing else to eat. Like, basically trying to shade Tokyo like she was fat. And in the clip, you could see that Tokyo, like, you could see in her face that her feelings was really hurt. And I only say that because, you know, I've been following Tokyo since, like, Vine days. But I'm pretty sure, like, you know, maybe if you never seen Tokyo before, you probably didn't really peep that. But, like, even when she responded, because, you know, Tokyo is super, they'll get on your ass real quick. Like, they'll roast you real quick. But it's like, in the clip, and it may have been just because the cameras is around, you know, maybe she not used to being on TV all day. But in the clip, she was like, you know, you not that far from me. You know, like, she was kind of intimidated to even clap back. And that really bothered me because, number one, I just feel like, Spice, you are not a motherfucking size 2 model, period. You're literally, and people like, oh, she's not a cheeseburger away from you, Tokyo. She's fat, but she ain't that fat. Whatever. That's cool, period. But, like, Spice, you're not skinny. You don't have no figure 8 shape for you to be calling somebody else fat. But, like, Spice was trying to say, it's a cultural thing. You know, Jamaicans, they talk like this all the time, and da-da-da-da-da-da. But, like, I get it. Jamaicans are very blunt. Well, for the most part. A lot of the ones that I met are very blunt. They say things all the time that they don't see no harm in. But I feel like when you're on nationally syndicated television, you can't be like, oh, I don't think you need nothing else to eat, and expect the rest of America to get where you coming from. You know what I mean? So, like, it was a little debacle going back and forth, but I really just feel like, you know, as far as fat shaming, I think that's something that maybe Tokyo should have been prepared for. I'm not saying it's right, but you kind of know your size before you come on TV. So it's like you kind of gotta anticipate or expect that you're going to endure some comments about your weight. So when I seen the comments, honestly, like, my heart was literally breaking, because it's like, I saw, no, for real. Like, when I watched the clip, I saw her face just turn down. And it's like, when she responded to Spice, even though she said something slick, it was like, you could tell that really hurt her feelings. And I've been peeping, because I follow Tokyo. Each moment during this season where something has happened that she didn't like, she voiced her opinion about it. On this subject, she didn't say shit. And people was tearing her ass apart. So it's like, at what point do we draw the line with body shaming? Like, in this day and age, at what point are we going to draw the fucking line? Because we're like in this day and age where it's like everybody got this perfect waist, perfect ass, perfect this, perfect that. When the fuck are we gonna get back to this? She's fat. That's her. What the fuck?
I feel like in this day and age, if we're talking about this day and age, I just feel like when it comes to body shaming, you as the victim, you have to have a strong mind, because it doesn't matter what happened. People gonna say stuff about you.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless if Spice would have said something on TV, people in the comments still be saying shit about Tokyo's weight. Regardless.
Mm-hmm.
She can post some shit about... She can post a picture of a car, and motherfuckers in the comments is still gonna say something about her weight. Just because they know that she's big. So I just feel like in this day and age, you just have to have a strong mind. Mentally, you have to, because there's nothing that's gonna stop somebody from saying some shit about the way that you look, regardless. And I just feel like with her going on television, I feel like that's definitely something that she should have prepared herself for. It's wrong.
Me too.
It is wrong that you have to even prepare yourself for that, but you just have to be realistic.
Yeah,
you have to be. And she knew before she started, and then another thing, not even with her being on television, but with you being on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
A show that literally the whole cast is being judged
it's
on
shady.
social media. Yeah.
Shady
the
stuff.
whole cast of every Love and Hip Hop is always gonna be talked about on social media. So I just feel like, you know that you're going on this show. So I just feel like you just have to have thick skin, and you just have to be prepared for shit like that mentally. You have to basically, in your mind, not let that shit get to you.
True.
And I feel like, well, I didn't see the clip, so based on what you're saying, I can just tell that she was probably not prepared for somebody to directly go in face to face about her weight to her, just based on you describing her reaction to me. So I just, I don't fuck with it. I think that it's wrong. I feel like Spice definitely needs to apologize for body shaming Tokyo. I don't agree with it. I don't think that is right, but I just feel like, hey, in today's world, you have to have tough skin when it comes to shit like that, especially if you're going to choose to be on a reality television show such as Love and Hip Hop. So yeah, that's my views on it. As far as Spice trying to throw in her cultural background as a basically a reason behind what she said, I feel like that's bullshit. I feel like you cannot use your culture and you being blunt as a reason,
you know why,
for it being okay for you to body shame another woman.
Know why I agree and disagree? I agree I agree with what Spice saying, is because like in Caribbean culture, they do say, "Oh, them girls, them fat girls." You know what I'm saying? Like, they say that, but they don't say it in a disrespectful manner. It's like you're clearly saying this in an undertone that's disrespectful as fuck. And you're trying to use your cultural background for an excuse. So that right there is already, and if I was Jamaican, I would be appalled that, number one, you're taking my culture and trying to flip it into some circus shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Caribbean people are outspoken. They say what the fuck they say is on their mind. But it's like, at the end of the day, the way that she said it, I'm going to play it for you right now. The way that she said it was clearly shady. Clearly.
At that moment, you know you had fucked up. Tokyo about to finish your ass for crying, bitch. She already got blue water for.
Okay, he's just talking. But clearly, like the look on her face, everything. I don't think she wants something else to eat. Stop it. Stop it. For real. Like, enough is enough. Like, I'm so tired of these bitches being shady as fuck and trying to brush it off on other shit. And Spice ain't the only one. But I would give it to Spice in this moment because we talking about what Spice did to Tokyo. I just really feel like I'm so fucking tired of these superficial ass artists, celebrities, halfway, almost famous ass stars, whatever the fuck you want to call them, being shady as fuck and then trying to backpedal on some other shit. You know damn well. You know damn. Goddamn. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm sorry. My bad. But you know damn well when you was talking about Tokyo that this was not no cultural ass thing. So why the fuck are you bringing culture into this shit? Period.
Just to try to
deflect. Like, come the fuck on. That shit really hurt my heart because I just really, I don't know, I guess because I've been following Tokyo for so long, I feel like I know her personally. So it's like the little me in the back of my mind was like, oh fuck no, Tokyo, get her. But then when I see Tokyo was really hurt by the shit, like in the scene, if you see the scene following that, like her head was down, everything. Like you could tell she was not expecting it. I know reality TV is scripted, but you could tell in that moment she was not expecting it. So I just want to bring light to people that like to body shame. Guess what? Everybody is not a motherfucking size 23 in a waist. And you know what I'm saying? This, that, a third. We natural women exist in the world, and we're not all motherfucking 24, 23 in a waist and motherfucking 38, 39 and 70, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I said 70. I ain't mean 70, but you know what I mean. We not all little bitty teeny ass waist, big ass girls. Guess what? Them ant body hoes that you worshiping are surgery fiends. They're getting surgery for that shit. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. If you get surgery, you exercise, make that shit look right, cool, good for you. I'm not hating. But at the same time, don't get that body and try to down shame or down talk motherfuckers like me that got a little pudge, period. And I ain't gonna say I compare to Tokyo, because Tokyo is clearly bigger than me. But she's still a normal human being at the end of the day, and I don't think it was right that Spice tried to shame her and say, oh, I don't think she need nothing else to eat. Especially when Spice looked like a motherfucking Big Mac too. And first of all, Tokyo pretty.
Yeah.
First of all, Tokyo pretty.
Spice be
period.
looking a fucking mess. Period.
I don't give a fuck what you say about Tokyo. She may be big, she may be this, but she pretty as hell.
Right. You can body shame her, but you can't shame her clothes, and you can't shame her makeup, and you can't shame her hair.
Period. And her nails.
You
period.
be looking a hot ass fucking
Spice look like motherfucking. What's that shit? Hey, you remember what's the movie called with the rat? I used to love that movie when I was little. The white mice. Dr. Stewart.
Little Stewart.
Where the fuck? She look like that nigga.
she be looking a mess on
Blow it
camera.
up.
And I just feel like, oh yeah, you can body shame Toke, but you can't talk about her fucking clothes, her fucking hair, and her fucking makeup.
Or her nails.
Because
Period.
she
That shit always on
right,
fleek.
Like,
Period.
I just feel like you can't body shame a motherfucker unless you want. I mean, you shouldn't body shame nobody. Period. But if you are, at least be on point. It's just like Spice, you ain't even on point.
And Tokyo still fine. I had a motherfucker dead ass. I'm not even exaggerating. I ain't even tell you, Tracy. I literally had a motherfucker tell me the other day that they would fuck Tokyo, and I'm dead ass serious. So, at the end of the day, she not hurting for shit. I know your point that you was making was was different, but Spice, nobody's pressed for you, Spice. At the end of the day, I just want to say that because I want to end this on a positive note. I love all my big girls. We love y'all. And don't feed into what society is saying is perfect. Because society got y'all feeling like y'all supposed to have a baby and 3 days later be back to a motherfucking size 2. That is not what the fuck the real world is made of.
Right, because when I have a baby, I'm not gonna be pressured to lose weight after I have my fucking baby.
I'm trying to motherfucking tell you, period.
I'm gonna be so just with my baby, and I'm still gonna be eating.
Period. We gonna eat together.
Right.
The fuck, just like we was eating when my baby was in my belly. We gonna eat like a motherfucker. Fuck all that.
Every 4 fucking hours, bitch. I'm gonna be
like
eating
society have you so pressured to feel like you're
right.
supposed
like you
to
gotta look
the fuck
like
out of
this,
here.
like
You're
that.
not no motherfucking machine. You a motherfucking grown ass woman, bitch.
Right.
Flaunt that shit.
Right.
We strong as fuck. We the only motherfuckers on this earth. Well, I ain't saying the only motherfuckers, but we the only human beings that can procreate life. Period. No other motherfucker walking this earth, robot, man, can have a fucking child, bitch. So guess what? We lit. And fuck what they saying. So that's all I wanted to do. I want to end this note on something that was uplifting and positive for our women out there. So that's my closing notes. You got some closing notes? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've talked y'all to death, and I do apologize for that, but we had a lot to get off our chest tonight. Comment, like, subscribe if y'all have some other opinions, views, suggestions, and we're gonna get back with y'all next time. See y'all.